To the Great Debate Show. Another episode. I'm back in the building, better than ever, baby. Up in this bitch. And I am here because I want to talk, a little bit college, a little bit of NBA playoff basketball. I want to recap last night in the NBA playoffs. The Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers um, have now advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals. Congratulations to the Pacers. Congratulations to their front office and everybody involved with the Indiana Pacers basketball. They have they're now going to the Eastern Conference Finals for the second straight year. Um, a lot of people giving Halliburton his praise, including people like LeBron James, Pat McAfee, everybody. Just talking about how quiet he is. The boy's nice, even more someone than other people, and how he doesn't really talk a lot of shit. This is posting stuff that LeBron made last night. I couldn't agree with him more either. Halliburton is a good player. The only thing I don't like about LeBron and a lot of these players today is, they're not competitive enough. It's good to big up, your peers and not hate on them and give them praise, but it's hard to really just go at them and compete when you're this nice, to them off the court. I know they said Jordan was the same way until they tipped the ball off, but when they tipped the ball off, it was like, I don't know anything about playing golf with you on Saturday. Like, we got a game today and I'm gonna kick your ass. He knows how to turn that switch on and off, and I don't see these players today doing that. This is what Kobe also mentioned some years back about Kevin Durant and some of these guys just being so gullible and so friendly. They're too friendly, they're too lovey-dovey, and it's hard to compete when you're like that. That's my only knock for what LeBron and other players have said about Halliburton. But again, he's a great player. He is a good player, and he is on his overrate this, overrate that tour right now. Everybody that said his peers voted him most overrated player, that was a mistake. He's about to take that to the NBA Finals, probably. Maybe an NBA championship. Who knows? We'll see. Because we may be talking a little bit too fast about saying that the New York Knicks are already in the NBA Finals. That may be true, but we don't know that yet. The Pacers have beaten the Knicks. They just did it last year in the playoffs. The Knicks, they really did go through some injuries, though, kind of like the Cleveland Cavs did this year. So some people would say the Indiana Pacers have been getting pretty lucky, but I don't know. We're about to find out if it's a fluke or not, because we think the Knicks are going to eliminate the Boston Celtics, the defending champs, tonight. And if they do so, we're going to have the Pacers and the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I've been kind of keeping my fingers crossed for that, just because this just takes me back. Again, this really takes me back. We're also going to talk about the Thunder and the Nuggets. They have been the best series in the semifinal round. The Nuggets and the Clippers, in my opinion, was the best series in the first round. And so all of this is surrounded around the Denver Nuggets, even though this is a team that is playing a 6-man, 7-man rotation. This is a team that lacks size and lacks depth. And Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic are playing entirely way too many minutes. And he's getting a lot of criticism, though, from some people. And I heard Big Perk say something this morning on ESPN that I did not agree with. And for the most part, I know a lot of people don't like Kendrick Perkins from what I see on social media these days. But Perk is pretty much spot on with a lot of things that he has, said. A lot of his takes turned out to be pretty accurate. He said that he would give the Knicks 7 games against Boston. Even though he didn't say they would beat them, he said that they would take the Celtics, the defending champs, to 7 games when no one else thought they had a chance. And now they're about to eliminate the defending champs. A lot of things that he said, I think that he's, for the most part, kind of right about. I think people just don't want to see Perk or hear Perk in his southern accent. But I can't talk about any of that. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and I sound like it too. From North Mississippi, and you hear it. So I can't really talk about stuff like that. I listen to what you're saying, and if it makes sense, and then let's see if they're going to be right or wrong. For the most part, I agree with Big Perk, but he said something today that I didn't like, and it was about LeBron and the criticism that he faced after getting eliminated to the Minnesota Timberwolves at the age of 40. versus Nikola Jokic and the criticism that he's getting, or that he should be getting, or that he's not getting enough of. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And also the Dallas Mavericks. I talked about it yesterday. I've talked about it this week for a majority of the week. What would the team that gets the number 1 lottery pick do with that pick? Do they draft Cooper Flag, or do they trade it to Milwaukee for Giannis or some other mega superstar? And they came out probably about a half hour after I wrapped up my live stream from yesterday. And I thank everybody that dropped in and watched the show with me. As soon as I got through talking that shit, they came out and nipped all of that in the bud. They put it all to bed and said, we are drafting Cooper Flag with the number 1 pick, and we are not trading it away for anybody. Well, I appreciate the communication. I appreciate that statement. I appreciate the Dallas Mavericks letting us know that, because now we don't have to talk about this for the next month, because that's what I said that we were going to do for the next month and a half until the NBA draft. We're going to be debating if the Mavericks are going to take Flag with that pick, or are they going to trade it in for Giannis Antetokounmpo or somebody like that. And they came out and shut that down yesterday, and I appreciate them for doing that. And I want to talk about if that's the right move or not. But if he's the next thing to Larry Bird, yeah, I wouldn't trade it either. And I think that it makes sense. He's a ball player that can play the same position that, Luka was a point guard, but Cooper Flag is going to be playing the small forward / power forward role. More than likely a small, sometimes even a 2. I don't know. But he's definitely a 3. He's in the backcourt. He will be on the wing. He's going to be more conditioned than Luka. He's going to play more defense than Luka. He may be even more competitive than Luka from what I've heard. And he did great at the little camp thing that they had with the 3-point shooting and all of that. Luka's going to be a star from what I'm being told. And I'm looking at his film little by little. I've been having to, stop and do things and take care of business. But I've been trying to look at the film because, again, I apologize. I ain't watched college hoops. Don't know much about him. I've been hearing it, but it's like, damn, is this dude really this good? It appears that he is. And if he is, then the Dallas Mavericks probably shouldn't be trading that pick away. If he's this good, there's not a lot of room for development. He's going to immediately probably be a star and, really help Kyrie, AD, and the rest of those guys. So I have no problem with them keeping the pick and drafting Cooper Flag. I'm going to discuss it in a minute. But first, let's get to the Pacers. Congratulations to the Indiana Pacers. They are going to the Eastern Conference Finals for the 2nd straight year. And they won't be seeing the Boston Celtics like they did last year. So they have a chance to get to the NBA Finals. My question to you all is, will they get to the NBA Finals? It looks like they're going to play the Knicks. The Knicks just need to do one thing: close out the champs. Close out the Boston Celtics. They have a chance to do that tonight. And I think it's tonight. And if they wrap that up, they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals with home court advantage against Indiana. Who do you like in that? Tyrese Halliburton, again, is on his overrate this, overrate that-ish tour. That's what he's on right now, a overrate that-ish tour. That's what he's telling everybody after he advances to yet another playoff round. He's been saying it since his peers, NBA players, voted him the most overrated NBA player in the game today. That was a huge mistake, and he's making people pay for it. He's making them retract that statement. He's making them think twice about it, and he's really putting a bunch of egg all in their face. Now, if he goes to the NBA Finals, that's a real big shut the hell up. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I got this. Overrate this, overrate that. Yeah, he's on that overrate this tour. And now during this overrate that-ish tour that he's on, I don't know, man. This tour could go on up until Father's Day. We'll see. What do the Knicks have to say about that? Congratulations to the Pacers. They are moving on. And I want to just say we don't talk about them enough. We don't give them enough flowers. I don't know why. Is it because they're a small market team in Indiana? Is it because people still are just now kind of learning who Tyrese Halliburton is? Well, you know about Siakam. You know about, I think you know about Miles Turner. What's that other guy's name? Neem. need them. They got some players, and they're young. Youth is on their side. They got some depth, and they can run the floor. Be prepared to run the floor if you're the New York Knicks or the Boston Celtics. But we think the Knicks are going to take care of business, wrap this series up, get rid of the defending champs, and move on to the Pacers. The Knicks at home have not been good. They did get a game the last game here. They won game 4 at home. And now game 5 is tonight in Boston. And they need to wrap this up in this thing 4-1, beat them in 5, get it over with. But I still wonder, is it going to be a problem with the New York Knicks and their home court advantage or lack thereof when they play the Pacers? The Pacers are good at home. The Pacers, they whooped the Cavaliers in Cleveland too. So don't really know if, the home or being on the road matters to them. But we see the Knicks are a better team on the road. So it'll be interesting to see how that series starts off, because it will start off in New York, Madison Square Garden. Now I want to get to what I'm really here for. All jokes aside, a lot of talk about the Joker. Nikola Jokic, phenomenal ball player, the best big in the game today, the face of the NBA pretty much. And if they could have won a championship last year, or if they could somehow win a championship this year, you couldn't disagree with me. You couldn't debate it, that he is the face of the NBA right now. And it's just hard to say it because, these foreign players usually don't get that same treatment that the American players do. We would much like it to be Anthony Edwards. A lot of people want Jason Tatum. These are the people that you want. But Jokic, Luka, these are some bad guys, from other countries who are coming into this league playing their asses off. Jokic is the best player in the NBA, if not one of them. He's a walking triple-double, okay? I heard Perk say something this morning that I didn't like, and he said that Jokic deserves more criticism because he doesn't like the narrative of how everybody blamed Harden, everybody blamed LeBron James for being 40 years old, and that's the reason why he's gassed. And I said that, well, maybe he shouldn't be playing then at 41. A lot of people have said that. That's just what it is. It's what it is. My problem with Perk is that I don't like, even though I understand where he's coming from when he said that when LeBron is gassed, it's because he's 40. When Jokic is gassed, it's because he needs help. He needs more support. And I got to tell you this, Perk, that's exactly what it is. I mean, Jokic does need more help. It's a 6 or 7 man rotation in Denver. This brother is playing 40 plus minutes every night, anywhere from 42 to 45 minutes. Jamal Murray is playing 38 plus, 40 plus minutes every night, every other night. They're not getting any extra day in between changing cities like I've seen some other teams doing other rounds. In these rounds, they are every other day. Every other day. So I don't understand why Nikola Jokic is getting so much flack, so much criticism right now after putting up 44 motherfucking points. And the last time I checked, Big Perk, while you're talking about we can't say LeBron is gassed at 40, because he's 40 and Jokic is gassed, but he just needs help. You're right. That is exactly what we're saying, and I know it doesn't sound right. But LeBron had a couple of games where he didn't score in the fourth quarter. He had a game following that game where he was scoreless in the fourth quarter, where he only scored 2 points. So Nikola Jokic, has he had a fourth quarter where he's been scoreless? Has the Joker had a fourth quarter where he only had 2 points? So when you see the Joker gassed, it's because he did something. He played his ass off, And let's not say that, I know Jokic is not a rim protector. He's no shot blocker. That's not the big he ain't that type of big. We get it. But he still plays his ass off on both ends of the floor. Does he know when to preserve himself a bit on the defensive side? Yeah, he does. Would I like to see him be a little bit more aggressive defensively? Yeah. But he is smart and he doesn't get in foul trouble. That dude got his second foul in the fourth quarter. This is the reason why he plays the way he plays, because he wants to stay on the floor. and he stays on the court to help his team out. He had 44 points last night. He was 17 of 25 from the field. I've seen LeBron James go scoreless in fourth quarters, 2 points only in fourth quarters, not even taking enough shots, being very passive in the fourth quarter. But the first 2 quarters, he's got ice in his veins. Jokic is not called the greatest of all time. Jokic does not lead every statistical category, from points to assists to all of that. LeBron leads damn near everything. And LeBron gets all the praise and all the flowers as being the greatest of all time. That's what a lot of people are saying now. And we are a bunch of Michael Jordan dick riders if we say that that's not true. It's Jordan. We can't even say Jordan's the GOAT anymore because everybody says Jordan played nobody, Jordan didn't play any competition, blah, blah, blah. But nobody never asks the question that if Jordan went against such weak competition, how come nobody else won a championship in the 90s? If the competition was so weak, why was Jordan the only one winning? But I ain't even gonna get on that GOAT debate because it ain't no debate. I don't give a damn what nobody says that was born after 1995. I could care less. But back to the issue at hand. Why is Jokic? I know we're done with the 90s. He said, Unc, we done with the 90s, Unc. What's up, Colin? Thank you for joining me. I know we're done with the 90s, and I'm not trying to bring up the 90s. I'm trying to make a comparison as to why Big Perk said we should blame and criticize Joker just as much as we criticize LeBron. And I'm saying that you all tell me LeBron is better than Jordan, so we expect more from LeBron. And scoreless fourth quarters, only scoring 2 points in fourth quarters in the playoffs is not acceptable. Jokic didn't do that last night. He had 44, and he has plenty of games where he has 40 and 20 and 15, or 50 and 20 and 15, or 60 and 20 and 20. These are the stats that this dude puts up, and I know it doesn't always result in wins, but a lot of times, most of the time it does. Jamal Murray is just now kind of bringing it. He's just now stepping up like he should have been doing. Aaron Gordon, he's doing okay, but we would like to see more from him on both sides of the floor, especially offensively. And Michael Porter Jr., where in the hell is he? He's turned into Waldo. Nobody can find him. The brother had 2 points last night. If Michael Porter Jr. can give the Nuggets 15, which is, I think, what he averaged in the championship year 2 seasons ago, somewhere between 15 and 18 or 20, they would have won last night. They're still in this series. I still think it goes 7 games. I still think that Jokic can will his team to victory. And if he doesn't, it's okay. They're playing against the number 1 seed OKC Thunder, who have been projected to go to the NBA Finals. Where LeBron, who was a 3rd seed with the Lakers, lost first round, early exit, and he has Luka playing right by his side. I don't want to hear that they just got together, blah, blah, blah. We were all saying that they were going to the NBA Finals before the playoffs started. He's got Luka playing next to him. They've got more depth than the Denver Nuggets do. I won't say size, but the Nuggets don't have size either. Tell me who Nikola Jokic backup is at center. I'll wait. DeAndre Jordan? Yeah. When the last time you seen him on the court? Sariq, when the last time you seen him on the court? They don't play anybody but Jokic. He plays way too many minutes, and I think we need to cut the bullshit on how Jokic deserves so much criticism. How, motherfucker? How? Where does he deserve criticism at? The Thunder is the one who need to find a way to close. The Nuggets have proven they can close. They just won a championship in 2023, okay? If they had some depth, like if they didn't let Jeff Green, the KCPs, the Bruce Browns, if they don't let these people walk, they still have depth, they still have a bench, and they probably would have had something to say about the Celtics in the finals last year, because it probably would have been them, not the Dallas Mavericks. The Nuggets lost last year to the Timberwolves because they ran up against a team that had size. Karl Anthony Towns actually decided to play defense in this series. And again, Jokic was gassed because there is no depth. I don't think that's making excuses. I don't think that that's a double standard. I don't think we're contradicting ourselves. I think we're saying if LeBron is the GOAT, he needs to find a way to win no matter what. He's playing next to LeBron and next to Luka. He was a 3rd seed team who got bounced by a 6th seed team. And everybody said they're going to the finals. That did not happen. What did people say the Denver Nuggets was going to do this year? Not a damn thing. They fired their coach a few weeks before the playoffs, just like my Grizzlies did, and nobody gave the Nuggets a chance. So they're still playing right now, and they're down 3-2 in the series. They could be eliminated. They're facing the brink of elimination coming tomorrow night in Denver. But I think they can force a Game 7. The only thing is, it's just how big can they get that lead? And how long does Jokic and Murray have to rest before OKC eliminate that lead? That's the difference. The Thunder have size and depth. The Nuggets have neither. Why are we criticizing Nikola Jokic? Why? He was 17 of 25 from the field, 44 points, about 15, 16 rebounds, as usual. 8 or 9 of those rebounds were on the offensive glass. Russell Westbrook, offensive glass. I'm not about to criticize those guys. They are playing on fumes. They're running on fumes. They ain't got much left, you know? I mean, they're gassed, they're fatigued, they played an extreme amount of minutes, and they have no one else to look to, you know, give them the rest that they need to get their second win. They cannot get their second win by the time we get to the 4th quarter. And you look for him to do so many things. If they can't find a way to get that man some rest, and this is not on Jokic either. This is on coaching. If they can't find a way to get this man rest early in the game, then he will be gassed in the 4th because, you know, you need him to play all of those minutes just to carry the team to keep this game close when we get to the 4th. But you ain't about to make him out to be no damn James Harden. This man has won a championship. He doesn't just carry his team and then bail out when we get to the playoffs. Okay, the Denver Nuggets probably shouldn't have beat the Clippers in round 1, but they did because of Jokic, and they willed their way to victory. And I still think that they can do it against the Thunder. Now, the Thunder are projected to go to the finals. Everybody predicts them to win this series, right? But did you think it was going to be this rough, this hard? They're doing this with 6 players in a 6-player, 7-player rotation. I think we should just kind of, you know, cut Jokic a little slack. He's not having scoreless 4th quarters like LeBron James. He's not having 2-point 4th quarters like LeBron James. He's not calling himself the GOAT like LeBron James and all of his dick-riding fans. And I'm a fan of LeBron. Don't get it twisted. I ain't here to hate or dump on this dude. I love LeBron James, and I think he's a phenomenal guy on and off the court. I think that he just sometimes whines too much. He's soft. He flexes too much. He has ice in his veins in the 1st quarter, but he's nowhere to be found in the 4th quarter. And he compares himself to a GOAT, my GOAT, Michael Jordan, and he says he's better. And everybody says he's better than Jordan. So that ain't me living in the 90s, man. That's just me giving you the facts of what's going on, Colin. Thank you for commenting, too. Come on with it. What else you got? You can let me have it. It's okay. I'm just saying that Jokic does not deserve the same criticism that LeBron James and James Harden got. James Harden said, fuck a system. I am the system. Well, if you're the system, brother, you should still be playing in the playoffs right now. Not 1st round exits. Disappearing 4th quarters. LeBron James, scoreless 4th quarters. And you say it's because he's 40. But when he was balling, wow, LeBron still can do all of this at 40? But when he's not doing it, hey, man, he's 40. Stop tripping. Come on, y'all. Stop the bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. Jokic is doing everything that he can for his team, and no player is going to come out and say they're tired and admit that they're tired. I need some rest. Look how y'all got on Anthony Richardson, quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, when he told his coach that. Then he came off the field, and he's the quarterback. They don't want to, these basketball players ain't going to admit that they're tired, but he's gassed. Murray is gassed. The only person that can play those type of minutes is Russell Westbrook. I don't think that brother ever gets tired. But we know what Russell Westbrook brings to the table, and we know some of the things that he can just swipe off the table too. You got to take the good with the bad with Russell. But come on, man. Jokic, deserves more criticism or just as much criticism as LeBron, I disagree with Big Perk on that one. And I don't disagree with him much, but I have to on this one. Because come on, man, LeBron, he plays next to Luka. They put them in the finals damn near, and they were the number 3 seed. And you got to do more in the fourth quarter. You got to play defense. You got to do more. Now, I understand LeBron was asked to do a lot. And I understand that he needs more support too. But we're not going to act like Vanderbilt and the Rui Hachimura's and Luka Doncic. We're not going to act like Finney Smith and those guys were not playing great basketball, being very supportive, 3-and-D guys, knocking down threes in the corner, running back in transition, scoring fast break points. They were doing a whole lot more, and he had a whole lot more help than what Jokic has in Denver. Michael Porter Jr. has been a non-factor. Nothing. Last night he had 2 points. If that brother can get 15 points, 12 points, the Nuggets win that game. So, yeah, I'm saying it. Yes, LeBron deserves the criticism he got for being gassed. I don't give a damn if he's 40 or 20. Stop coming back every year to play then. If you can't win a championship because the Lakers aren't good enough, you don't have enough support, you don't have enough role players or whatever, then why are you coming back? For the money? To continue to stuff the stat sheets? Or to play with your second son as well? None of this sounds like you're here for championships, though. And I'm not here to rant on LeBron. I'm here to rant on Big Perk for his comments this morning. I disagree. You can't say that LeBron is balling. He still can do this at 40. And then when he doesn't do a damn thing in these fourth quarters like he usually doesn't, you just say, come on, man, he's 40. Newsflash. LeBron ain't been closing. LeBron ain't been doing shit in fourth quarters his entire career. What was the excuse when he was 30? Having disappearing acts in the fourth quarter. I don't want to hear that shit. Get the fuck out of here. This is just Perk trying to, not caring about getting heat behind it, but just trying to, make LeBron look better than what he really is, as always. Now, Perk will come out and criticize LeBron when necessary, but I don't think he was being fair on this one. Where does Joker, Nikola Jokic, where does he need to be criticized at for what he did last night? Just because they didn't win? Because Murray got cold in the fourth quarter? Even though he had the hot hand in the third? Because Michael Porter Jr. can't score but 2 points? Can't make his free throws? Hadn't been good on either end of the floor either, really. What? And Russell Westbrook sometimes is who you have to rely on to get a big shot. Sometimes he'll make it. Sometimes he won't. We know what we get with him. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out where the criticism comes. Can anybody in the comments tell me why we should be criticizing the Joker this morning? Because they lost Game 5, a pivotal Game 5. I'm waiting. If not, we're going to move on then to the Dallas Mavericks, and I'll talk about Cooper Flag. And again, I still do think Jokic and the Nuggets can win this series. They're not supposed to, and I have the Thunder in the NBA Finals. But for some reason, I want to be wrong because I like Jokic. I like his play. I like the things that he does for his team and how he is more clutch than LeBron James and James Harden. They deserve every bit of criticism they got because they got bounced in the first round. You know who should have got bounced in the first round where it probably wouldn't have been any criticism or any excuses or plenty of excuses to be made? Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets, who shouldn't have won the first round series against the Clippers. Why? They don't even have a head coach. They don't even have a general manager. They don't have size. They don't have depth. They're in a 6-7 man rotation, and the man is playing 40-plus minutes every other night, every game. They the ones who should have got bounced in the first round. They're still playing. And I still don't count them out for going to the Western Conference Finals. I still don't count them out. I'm not saying they're going to be back in the NBA Finals because I like Ant-Man and the Timberwolves to take it to the finals. And I think that they have better chances if they play Denver instead of OKC because, again, Denver lacks size and depth. And that's been kind of like what's hurting teams like the Lakers. Well, the size hurt the Lakers. Size and depth hurt a team like the Warriors right now. This is the reason why, you know what I'm saying, you're seeing some of these teams get bounced because they lack what the Denver Nuggets lack. But somehow the Nuggets are still somehow, persevering. They could have won last night. They could have won the night before that. So I'm just saying, yeah, they're down 3-2, but this series is not over with. And I don't agree with Perk by saying that Jokic deserves more criticism, just like LeBron got. No, I disagree. They're on two different teams. They got two different rosters, and one of them is doing a whole lot more than what the other one is doing. That's just it. We know why LeBron is still hanging around. Jokic is trying to win championships. And I wish that the Denver front office would give him what he needs to do that, or they're going to waste up the last few good years that he has left, or however many good years that he has left. He ain't getting any younger, though. All right. That's all I wanted to say about that. Does anybody disagree with me? I see people in here. Please give me a thumbs up. It really helps me out here in the algorithm. If you can give me a thumbs up, drop a comment here at The Great Debate Show. Thank you. And I'm okay with you, disagreeing with me. That's what this is called, The Great Debate Show. We can debate it. And I'm not dick riding Jokic. I'm just saying that where is there room to criticize? He did all he could do. The only thing he should be criticizing is, can I get some more rest? And he ain't going to say that. We got Daniel Harris in the building, man. What's up with you, man? Thank you for joining me. He says the Joker is already averaging damn near a triple-double. What else do you want from him? And they have size, just not a bench. Man, what you said, man. I agree with you, Daniel. I agree with everything you said except for the size. They don't really have that. And I'm talking about like a backup five, a backup big. There is no one. They don't play DeAndre Jordan. And I don't know what's up with Saric, but he doesn't ever play either. So I don't think they really have a lot of size. Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., do they have some length? Yeah. But they have, especially Michael Porter Jr., they've been a non-factor. Aaron Gordon has been doing all right. Murray comes and goes. And that's been the key to what the Nuggets are going to do. If Jokic can get Murray to join the party, they're champions. But if they can't get Murray to join the party consistently, if he's in and out, they're not going to be able to do it because Jokic can't do it all by himself. But yeah, you're right, man. He is averaging a triple-double. And I don't know what else they want him to do. What else can he do? I'm with you on that. Thank you for the comment, Daniel. They don't have a bench at all. And that's always a scary thing, man. When they had a bench, though, what did they do? They won the championship. And I think that if they hurry up and get that right, they can still get another chip or two and prove me right and be the new San Antonio Spurs of old. Because that's what they remind me of. Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker. That's kind of Jokic and Jamal Murray. Michael Porter Jr., when he plays, when he shows up, they are a team that you can't forget about. As soon as you do, there goes the Nuggets again. They're back in the finals. That's what I thought this year could have been, but it's going to be rough, like I said. That's the only reason why I didn't pick the Nuggets to win a championship. It's just hard to do what they're asking Jokic and the Nuggets to do. Daniel also says, I'm going to be honest, I think it's MPJ who needs to step up. Every time he plays good, they win. I agree. And again, MPJ had 2 points last night, brother. If he could have at least gave them 12, they win the game. What did they lose by? Like 6, 7, 8? It was closer than that. It's just, when the game's over, it's over. They're going to get to the free throw line. And, we're running out of time. So they're going to keep fouling, giving them more points at the line because they're trying to, stop the clock. I don't remember exactly what the score was, but y'all know. A possession or two here or there changes everything. And again, another good comment, Daniel. Johnny Reynolds, what's up, man? Hadn't saw you in a while. He's in the building. He says, do you know WWE Sabu has passed away? I did. And we paid homage to him on Monday night after we recapped Monday Night Raw, me and my co-host Terrence. We did give a salute to Sabu. Long live And my condolences again, prayers and condolences to his friends and family. Man, ECW, it ain't no ECW without Sabu. All of the stuff that we saw in the WWE with the hardcore matches and everything in the Attitude Era to Ruthless Aggression, all of that comes from the shit that Sabu and the other guy in ECW and everybody else, but they followed the footsteps of what Sabu started. What's the other guy's name? He passed away, I think, a year or so ago. The one that everybody kind of feared, and Vince McMahon even feared him because he never would sign him. I can't think of his name, man. Black crazy guy. He didn't play no shit. He didn't take no shit. He would stab you or cut you in the ring for real. Somebody, Johnny, you can help me out with that. I can't think of his name right now, but rip to him too. But yeah, man, I know about Sabu, and we did talk about it. What do you know about Sabu? Can you tell me? I wasn't here. Man, look, Sabu, we didn't say much about him. We just kind of paid our respects. And if you want to check that out, that episode is up. It's under the episode Monday Night Raw recap for 5/12/25. Check that out, brother. But I want to keep on going here so I can wrap this one up. I know that he was that dude. And I used to cringe every time I would watch him in a match. Like, for real. Like, damn, he's going to do this? He's going to jump off of that shit? You know that tape was on fire, right? I mean, like, that. Yeah, man, like, Sabu, he is the definition of extreme. Seriously. Reggie White in the building. What's up with you, Reggie? Thank you for joining me. Reggie says the Celtics need to hit the reset button for next year. Agreed. Tank and possibly get a lottery for next year. Maybe luck up like the Mavs did. Well, that was no luck what the Mavericks did. That was all set up. We know that. That was just that was the return that the Mavs got in return for trading Luka away to the Lakers. This was about ratings. This was about, ratings. The NBA being a dead product, nobody watching, nobody caring. And this shook up the league, and they broke the internet when they done it so much that we were late to talk about Super Bowl week, Eagles and Chiefs, because Luka to the Lakers was getting all of the headlines. But I do agree the Celtics it is time to hit the reset button. I don't know if Porzingis and Holiday will be back. And if they do come back, then somebody else won't come back, like Al Horford, who was a free agent. And he says he wants to continue to play ball, whether it's in Boston or not. He won't be back then, more than likely. We know Tatum won't be there next year. Jaylen Brown has got a knee issue that he's got to work out. Don't know the contract situation for Derek White, but yeah, reset is a good word to use. Yesterday I came on here and said rebuild. I think right now is the time for the Celtics, the Warriors, and the Lakers to go ahead and realize now, before it's too late. Let's rebuild right now, or reset, whatever. One or the other. They need to try it out and start now and do what the Bucks are forced to do. And the Bucks wouldn't be doing it either if Giannis didn't say, hey, man, I want out. I can't do this shit anymore. Dame is hurt. He won't be playing for most of next year. I ain't finna keep doing this. I don't want a championship for y'all. Can I leave now? And that's what that is. The Bucks would have tried to continue to reset as long as they could until they realized we just need to start all the way over and rebuild. But since it's the Celtics, you're right, Reggie. Reset is probably the proper word to use. But what do they do? What do they start? Who comes back? Who goes? Who leaves? Who stays? That'll be the question. But they had a very, very, very stacked team. And you would have thought that they would have got more than one chip out of that. But they're one and done, it looks like it. The Celtics, I don't think they should even be in the championship conversation until 2 years from now. Next year, I don't think anybody will take them seriously without Jason Tatum. And if they can do really good without Jason Tatum, well, that would explain why he doesn't get the credit that people think he deserves all the time. He had a lot of talent around him, too, as talented as he is. Anyway, let's keep it moving. These comments are coming in pretty fast now. Thank you to everybody, and hit that thumbs up for me. No way we should have more people in here than thumbs up. Let's get the thumbs up, please. It don't cost a thing to do it. And again, it helps us out here in the audience to find the Great Debate Show on YouTube, because a lot of people are having trouble finding the YouTube channel. Johnny Reynolds said, are you going to watch AEW Dynamite tonight? No. I don't watch that shit, bro. It's terrible. I've tried and I tried, and I was an AEW mark for the first 2 years, and then Cody left, and then Punk left or was fired, and I've been done ever since. Do I like Swerve Strickland? Yeah. Do I like the Hurt Business or the Hurt whatever they call themselves? Yeah, but I can't watch it. It's terrible television. Johnny also said, I found a football player died in Miami in college. Damn. What's up with all these young guys dying, man? Football and basketball players, 21, 22 years old. What is up with that? Whoever that is, man, I'm sorry to hear it. And rip. Daniel, Celtics can't reset. They have $1 billion tied up in 3 players, Tatum, Brown, and White. Yee. Well, oh well. I ain't gonna be crying about it. But Daniel makes a good point, Reggie White. If they can't reset if they've got that much money tied up. The Celtics kind of remind me of the 49ers, except they won a championship last year. And they only won that championship, in my opinion, because they got Drew Holiday and Porzingis. Those were the two that just put them over the top, where it was just like, all right, I fold. Fuck this poker game. They got too much. They got a straight, I don't play poker, so what's the word? A straight flush. Whatever a good poker hand is. That's what the Celtics were with those two. Holiday was able to take out Kyrie, and Porzingis was just unstoppable. Now those two guys don't look quite the same this postseason, and they're going home in 5. So yeah, it's hard to reset if those 3 players are eating up the cap space. The 49ers had that same issue before they decided to not pay Dre Greenlaw and Travarius Ward and Hufanga and all these players that left in free agency. They had this big ass cap space too. Well, I mean, players that's eating up all the cap space. All these rock stars in the band, but ain't nobody getting no damn Emmy. Ain't nobody getting a Grammy, I mean. At least the Celtics did get their championship. They got one. They did get one. But if they didn't get that, they're the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers if I've ever seen. A bunch of stars still can't get it done. They did get it done, but again, Tatum and Brown didn't do that in 22 against the Warriors. They did it because they had Porzingis and Holiday, and that was a trade that probably should have never even fucking happened. That's how they got that championship. They pretty much bought it. I don't like the Celtics either. Never have, never will. Johnny Reynolds. That was a good comment, Daniel. That was a good comment about the Celtics not being able to reset. And that means the Celtics could be in trouble. Or at least until Tatum gets back. I think they should do what I said. Celtics, Lakers, Warriors. All of them need to start hitting the reset or rebuild button right now like the Bucks are about to do. I know it sounds crazy, but if the Lakers traded LeBron, you could get something for him and build around Luka then. If the Warriors traded Steph, you could get something for him and build around and build a new team and start this new dynasty. You got to start somewhere. I don't think you have enough assets to go get Giannis. I don't care what anybody says. I know that they're a team that's going to be trying to get him, but they're trying to continue to hit the reset button, being stubborn, not realizing that we need to just go ahead and rebuild. All right? When Clay left, when that general manager Bob Myers left, that told me, okay, I think someone knows this is over. This is it. And Draymond can talk that shit, and Steph can continue to rain and pour threes, but they need more than what they've got. They're too small. I think they should be hitting the reset button, and the best way to do that is get a ransom. Get ransom for trading Steph, trading LeBron, maybe even trade Tatum. Or Jaylen Brown, I know will be the one. But this is some of the things you got to do. You got to move off some of these players. Period. The Bucks are about to show you. They ain't got no other choice, though. Some teams wait till they have no other choice. All right. Reggie White. Reggie White says, I'm sorry. Johnny said tomorrow is my grandmother's 70th birthday. Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. Man, my dad is 70. And your grandma is 70? I know you're young, Johnny. Congratulations and happy birthday to your grandma. Reggie says they over the luxury tax big time. It's time to cut costs. Exactly. This is the same problem that LeBron used to put the Cleveland Cavaliers in. That luxury tax. Yep. This is what happens when you go all out for championships and, like just trade away all your future picks and your whole future away, young players and everything. This is what happens. I don't feel sorry for the Celtics. They did get a chip out of it, though. Congrats to them for that. But people told me they were going to get 2 or 3, and they're not. And I don't think that would have happened even if Tatum didn't get hurt. We're not sure about that. They were down in the series trying to tie it up with Tatum. They were down 6 before Tatum got hurt. Donnie Jackson, what's up? Thank you for joining. He says Brown need to step up for the Celtics. Yeah, he probably will. I would expect him to, but I think he's banged up, man. And you'll hear more about it when the season ends. When they get eliminated tonight, you'll hear more about this knee that he's been getting treated a lot. Kind of reminded me of Dwayne Wade in the Miami Heat days when the Miami Heatles, when LeBron and Chris Bosh was over there helping him win championships, he was getting his knee drained every other night. I don't know what it is going on with Jaylen Brown and his knee, but I think that has a reason. Because I think Jaylen Brown is about that life more than Jason Tatum when it comes down to closing, needing clutch shots, stepping up. And he was the NBA Finals MVP last year, not Tatum. Tatum was kind of passive until, the butterflies went away. Until they got a win or 2 up on the Mavericks, like, okay, yeah, we can win this series. Tatum ain't really about that when it comes to the ice in the vein. But I don't hate him because he cool. He don't flex. He ain't arrogant. He don't talk a lot of shit. He cool people. But Jaylen Brown, he really can get down when it's time to get down. Why he has not looked like that this series? Mikal Bridges, Anunoby, 2 guys that no other team has, where they can actually defend Tatum and Brown. And that was really the biggest difference in why the Knicks are going to advance and the Celtics aren't. And I know the Celtics beat the Knicks all 4 times this year. But Bridges wasn't there either yet. He just came, remember, right at the trade deadline. That was huge. All right, Reggie White says, I already read that, the luxury tax. Browns need to step up. That's right, Nani. Do you think Golden State Warriors will get eliminated tonight? Yes, I do. Johnny, I do. It's unfortunate, that Steph got hurt because I would have loved to have seen Ant eliminate LeBron and Luka, Steph, Jimmy Butler, and Dre. But now they're going to put an asterisk by it and say, yeah, but Steph was about to eliminate y'all, man. He was giving y'all the business. Me, I say that was just game 1. The Timberwolves had a nice little rest, and the Warriors had just came off of 7 games where they were still on a roll. That's what I would say to that. I don't know if the Warriors were going to still win, but I do think that the Wolves are not blowing this thing away. They're not blowing it out the gate, even with a Steph Curry-less Golden State Warriors team. I will say that. But yes, I do think the Warriors will be eliminated tonight. And it's back in Minnesota, so yeah, if I were them, I would definitely wrap this up and get it over with. You don't want Steph Curry to be able to come back game 6 and they're down 3-2 and this series is still alive. You don't want those problems. If you know what's best for you, Minnesota, get rid of them tonight. And I think they will, though. They smell blood, and once Anthony smells blood, he's like a shark. He's going straight to it. Donnie Jackson said, hi. Johnny Reynolds, do you know what day Sabu retired? No, I do not. He just had a match held, a couple of weeks ago, was it? It's a lot of stuff going on and a lot of stuff that's been said. I don't want to say much or speak on it because I don't know. It's all speculation. But, no, I don't know when he retired. But I know he had a match recently on an independent scene. Raider Drox is in the building. What's up? You're right, bro. And I'm a Lakers fan. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Because a lot of Laker fans can be so spoiled and, biased. And they say a lot of delusional things. I appreciate you being real and being honest. You got Luka for the future. You're going to give him a max deal. You're not going to do the opposite of what Dallas did. You're going to make sure you pay him, whether he's conditioned or not, whether he's losing weight or gaining weight or not during the offseason. You're going to keep Luka, and it's time to build around him. LeBron's on his way out, and I will be trying to just get him the hell out so we don't have to argue or talk about the criticism or lack thereof. He's 40, he's 41. What are y'all tripping on? Well, let's get rid of his 41-year-old ass. You can get a lot for him right now. Well, you can get something for him. Don't let him have an injury to where we know, well, this may be it for LeBron. Now you get nothing. Same thing with the Warriors, even though I know, like we said yesterday, the Lakers have a better chance trading LeBron than the Warriors have of trading Steph. But I just think if they don't do it, the Warriors are going to do the same thing that the Lakers did back in the day with Kobe. We're just going to show our loyalty to you because we're so grateful for the championships you won for this franchise. Here's another 50, 60 million per year. And you can retire when you get ready, but we'll rebuild this team and focus on a new dynasty after you leave the game. And you're telling the fan base that we're not trying to win championships until Steph leaves. No, man, you got to do better for the fan base. And the best thing you can do, instead of trying to trade away people for Giannis to join Steph, just get rid of Steph and let him go get another championship or two elsewhere. I know it'll never happen, but I'm telling you, the Warriors, the Celtics, and the Lakers should all be doing what the Bucks are about to do. Thank you, though, for your comment, Raider. Are you a Raider fan also? I know you said you're a Laker. Why are you calling yourself Raider? You got to be a Raider, right? Who's your football team? Daniel Harris says, see, I'm a Lakers fan. If they trade like Gabe and another player or two, I don't know, man. Gabe actually should have played more minutes. I don't know what happened with Gabe in that last series, man. Gabe don't hardly miss, man. Was he on that Miami Heat team that went to the finals? When they lost to Denver? I think so. Yeah, Gabe. I don't know, but I hear what you're saying. You're saying trade Gabe, a player like Gabe and another player or two. Who would those players be? So we can free up about 30 to 55 million to bring in some more players. And who would those players be? What players could you get for a Gabe Vincent and two other players who would those players be? Vanderbilt? Huchamari? Vanderbilt and Finney Smith? I don't know. What do you think you're gonna get in return for that though? If you trade LeBron, you can get ransom. You can get it all. King's ransom. So don't overthink it, man. I would say just trade LeBron. He's only there for one reason and one reason only. It's LA. He's got a lot going on, production stuff, all of that. He's there for his reasons. As we said, this is why he was going to go to LA. And I'm pretty sure he wants to retire in LA. But does he have a no trade clause in his contract? And even if he does, hey, LeBron, how about we get rid of that? This is what we want to do here. I'm telling you, man, the best way. And again, I'm a 49er fan. I said I'd trade Nick Bosa right now if you give me 2 first-round picks. I ain't going to lie to you. I'll take a first and a third. We're paying him $32 million per. We ain't getting that in production. Only thing I'm getting is he needs somebody else on the other side. He ain't got a D-line. 32 per. Bruh, you better figure out a way to get to the quarterback on your own. I'm okay with trading Christian McCaffrey. I don't think Christian McCaffrey will ever be what he was in 2022 and 2023 after these injuries that he's, sustained. I'm the type of fan that realizes it's better to start now and rebuild than to wait too late. The longer it takes for you to realize it, the longer it takes for you to ever get back to where you are now or to where you once were. So I just say don't overthink it, Daniel. We'll trade him for picks, can free up money. You can trade LeBron for a lot. And I think that's what they should do. I know they won't, but LeBron and Luka, what can you add to that when you're paying them the money you're paying them and you have really no assets, no draft capital? And if you do give up an Austin Reeves or Gabe Vincent or whoever like that, who are you thinking you're going to get in return for it? Giannis? What would Milwaukee demand if they're going to give up their superstar, their megastar, the guy who won them a championship? They're going to want more than what the Lakers can probably offer. That's just my opinion. But if you put LeBron in that package, sold. Because even though Milwaukee will be bad, you've got LeBron who is very passive and likes to get everybody the ball and facilitate the offense, and you're not going to lose much value, as far as your team as a franchise, because LeBron is there. They still don't sell fucking jerseys. You think the draft pick was rigged? Yes, I do, Donnie. Of course I do. I've been saying that all this stuff is rigged for a long time, but they asked me to come back when I quit podcasting a few years back after a Super Bowl that I knew was rigged from the jump. But the difference between me and everybody else is I'm always saying that this stuff is scripted, rigged, staged, whatever you want to call it. But some fans are very fickle. They say it's rigged when things don't work out in their favor. A lot of these people, probably Spurs fans, wanted the #1 lottery pick. A lot of these people, Charlotte Hornets, Utah Jazz fans, Sixer fans, who are just pissed that they didn't get the #1 pick. And it just seems like what a coincidence that after the Luka trade, the Mavericks get the #1 pick and they can replace him just like that with a Cooper flag in the draft. Yeah, that was a damn setup. Yeah, you're right, it was, and it makes sense. This is a hell of a theory to use. But you can't only use it now when it's convenient. And then in 2 or 3 months from now, you'll say, nah, that wasn't fake. Well, if that is rigged, don't you think they could possibly be rigging a lot of other things? Like when they tell that player to sit down or don't take any more shots or don't take any more threes when you got them needing 1 more 3 or they need 25 points and they go to the bench at 21 and they don't score anymore and you miss your parlay. Yeah, that's the rigged stuff right there. They see everything and they're just playing with our money. But you would have to be a gambler to really understand that. Let's see here. Last year, Brown was cooking the whole playoffs and playing way better than Tatum. He does for the most part when he's healthy. I don't think he's healthy, Daniel. Raiders says we should trade AR and LJ. Oh, okay. Austin Reeves and LeBron James. So you're a yeah, that's right. You're a Laker fan. Are you a Raiders fan though? If you traded Austin Reeves and LeBron James, damn. What team would you call to make that offer? Who do you want in return for that? You can get a boatload in return for that, or at least one big player like Giannis. Do you want Luka and Giannis to play together that bad? No #2 in LeBron, no #3 man in Austin Reeves though. You're giving up a lot, but it is time to rebuild or reset, and I think they should be rebuilding. So yeah, I'm not opposed to that. But I don't think that that's something the Lakers would do, though. I think they're going to try to keep this together and see what they can sprinkle around, add. And it won't be much because they ain't got a lot to play with. But I like these scenarios that you're coming with, Daniel. I like it. And Raider, I like it. Donnie Jackson says, shout out to Julius Randle's. Happy he's showing his real skills. I'm happy for him too, man. And wouldn't it be ironic if Julius Randle can get to the NBA Finals and go against his former team, the Knicks? And the same thing for Cat, and vice versa. He'd be going against his former team, the Timberwolves. And if that happened, would you say it's rigged? Or would you say that is just a coincidence? I love this game. I love this game. We're about to see that probably. We think we got the Knicks and the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. A lot of people are already putting the Knicks in the finals. We think we're going to get the Timberwolves and the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals, even though I still think it could be the Nuggets versus the Timberwolves in the finals, Western Conference Finals, which gives my guy Ant a better chance to make it to the NBA Finals. That's another reason why I would like to see it. Either way it goes, I can't lose with my predictions. I got OKC making the finals, so if they get there, I'm right. If they don't, I'm okay with it because I want Ant to win a championship this year. But if the Nuggets somehow persevere and get to the finals and win a championship, I'm going for them. I'm pulling for them. Cool, because I said a few years ago, before the Nuggets won their first championship, that they remind me of the old San Antonio Spurs, the team that won championships every other year. 99, 03, 05, 07. That's the Spurs. They won in 14, should have won in 13. The Spurs. That's who the Nuggets kind of remind me of with Murray and Jokic. To me, that's Duncan and Tony Parker. I thought Mike Malone would kind of be Popovich, but he's out the building now. He's gone. General manager gone. And they're still exceeding most people's expectations. So I'm okay with OKC, Denver, or Minnesota winning the championship or getting to the finals. I'm okay with it. But if it's against the Knicks, man, I'm going to be torn because my co-host Terrence is a Knicks fan, and man, the Knicks just deserve it. You just want them to win. You feel for Knicks fans if you've got any Knicks fans as friends. I know people that have been diehard for a long time, and it's been some bad years, some bad decades. And you ain't took them serious since the 94 finals when they took the Houston Rockets to 7 games and lost. This is their best chance to do it. So this is what's making the NBA playoffs a lot more interesting. There's no Celtics. Well, it's about to be no Celtics. There are no Lakers. None of that nostalgia. All of that's gone. We've got some teams, even small market teams, that's still playing and hadn't won or been in this championship window in quite some time. So I like it. I love it. Let's see here. What else we got? But yeah, Donnie, that's a great comment, man. Shout out to Julius Randle. I always knew that he was this guy. And I know I've been the one saying that, man, he jumped into a transformation chamber. He really never has. My brother was kind of saying like he really never didn't step out of the transformation chamber. He just was a Knick. They don't quite use him the right way. He fits the Timberwolves and what they're doing, though. He really does. And, man, he loves contact. He can score with contact more than damn near anybody in the league. I like this. He's gotten his second win, and he's really trying to extend his career here. Would be nice if he could get a ring, him and Ant. It would be nice. Let's keep it moving. Daniel, no AR can stay. He's talking about Austin Reeves. Raider says Austin Reeves don't play D. He's got a point there, Daniel. Donnie Jackson, if the Lakers would have gotten Jones from the Hornets, it would be a different story. Big defense center. Yeah, that's true. And that was rescinded because of the physical or something like that. And he had some things to say too. What's his name? James Jones or Williams or whatever. The guy from Charlotte, he had a few things to say. He kind of poked fun at the Lakers after they were eliminated by the Timberwolves. But yeah, I definitely think it probably would have been different. But Luka and LeBron don't play well with a big. I know they need it, but they don't play well with it offensively. They need that space to get to the rim. And they like to play a lot of ISO. That's another reason why their ass went home in 5. That was funny. I'm sorry. That was funny as hell. I only wish Shay Shay could have been on TV to get clowned about it. Because I don't really watch him on YouTube or anything like that. Let's see here. Donnie Jackson said, yeah, he was. Donnie also says Gabe and Strus was shooting crazy last year in the playoffs. Yep. Gabe still shoots crazy. But the Timberwolves got up in them, man. They got up in them and they played some defense, and they still are. But the Warriors play good defense too, and that's the reason why these games have been still close until the Timberwolves finally run away from them in the 4th. Daniel Harris says, trade them for picks to free up the money so you can sign players in the offseason. Trade who? Reeves and LeBron? Donnie Jackson says, the Ravens fan here. Best team in the season, but suck in big moments. Ah, that's your team. Raider didn't tell me who his football team was yet. Are you a Raider? Donnie Jackson is a Ravens fan, and hey, Terrence, my co-host, is a Ravens fan also. He's a Knicks, and he's a Ravens fan, and you couldn't be more right. A good team in the season, one of the best, and kind of like my Niners, you don't show up when you need to show up the most. Raiders in the building says, I'm okay with trading Max Crosby for a first and a second. Shit, I wouldn't be. But I would love for you to trade him to the 49ers. But no, Max Crosby, one of my favorite pass rushers right now in the league. What are you looking for if you trade him? I know y'all got some some needs, a little bit of everywhere over the board, but trading him for a first and a second, y'all just paid him too, right? Yeah, y'all just paid him, so y'all definitely ain't finna do that. Y'all not trading that, brother. And who wants to give up a first and a second round pick, though, and still have to take on that big-ass contract that he has? So, nah, I don't think that's going to happen, Raider. Why would you want it to happen, though? It's got to be some needs that you think is more important than what he does on the defensive end side. But that, I guess that tells me you are a Raiders fan, though, Raider. Thank you for the comment. I'm going to wrap this thing up here. I've been here over an hour now, and I think I pretty much said all I had to say. I've talked about Jokic and how he doesn't deserve the criticism that some people are giving him, according to Big Perk on ESPN. Yes, LeBron deserved all the criticism he got because he doesn't do what he should do when it matters the most. Jokic does, and Jokic is working with a lot less than LeBron was. And he's an underdog. LeBron and the Lakers were not an underdog in that first round against the Timberwolves. Even though I knew they weren't going to win, I wasn't surprised that they were not going to win because I said they ran into the wrong team. Don't get it wrong. The Lakers probably could have went to the Western Conference Finals, to the NBA Finals. But they ran into the wrong team, which says a lot about Minnesota. Everybody that plays them may be seeing them as running into the wrong team. Embiid needs to retire. He may do that. Did you hear what Daryl Morey said yesterday? He said if Joel Embiid returns, he's going to be returning on a high level or something like that. But he said if he returns. And I don't think anybody really caught that. So I wanted to talk about that, and I did yesterday. Those videos are up. I've been uploading a lot of live streams here for this week. Monday, I had 3 episodes. I had one yesterday as well. And here I am back again today. Go check out that content for me and give it a thumbs up. I could use a few more thumbs up here in the like comments right now. I mean, in the like section, the like button. Thank you for the comments also. That really does help out here with the algorithm. We could just hit that like button if you have it, please. And subscribe if you're new here. If you like the content that I'm bringing you, subscribe, share with friends and family that want to see podcasts like this, covering sports like I do here with the NBA, the NFL, WWE, and all of that. Boxing. I've been wanting to talk Canelo and Crawford, but nobody really wants to talk to me about it. I put it out on Twitter. Nobody says a thing. Nobody cares about this fight. And I hadn't really found a lot to talk about in UFC, but I cover everything under the sun in sports and entertainment if I find it intriguing what I'm talking about. Embiid may retire though, Donnie. I don't know. Daniel says, I'm going to be honest, 2025 and 2026 draft is going to be way better than this year's NBA draft. Who's coming out? What will make it better? Donnie Jackson also says, got to keep Austin. They are. They ain't going to do much. As long as they can sell that merch, sell tickets with LeBron and Luka, they're going to squeeze all the juice they can out of that. They're going to try to just sprinkle a few things on top of what they got. I don't think they're trading away nobody. But they really should be just trading LeBron. You've got Luka there. You can build around him. And the load that you could haul in for LeBron getting traded, that would probably be the roster that you need around Luka to, being a championship contender, or at least, a playoff team consistently every year. And some years they'll make deeper playoff pushes than others. I'm not even sure if the Lakers are ever going to win a championship with Luka. All of this talk about Nico Harrison, I'm happy that they got that pick, rigged or not. I'm glad that they're going to pick Cooper Flagg, rigged or not. And I'm happy for Nico Harrison because he did what he was told to do. The league said, man, we need to make this trade. I know it's going to hurt the franchise if you can't replace him, but how about this? You do this for us, we'll do this for you. Cooper Flagg, best player coming out of college, you can have that pick. Now, I don't know how they got in that top 4 to get that pick, but we knew that they were going to get it, and Nico knew it too. So I'm happy for him, and I think that they should just chill out with all of that. Maverick fans were cheering for Luka every time he scored. Like, damn, or assisted on a score. And it was almost like they forgot to cheer for their own damn team. That's disrespectful. If I'm a Mavs player, I'm like, the hell with y'all. I understand we fucked up and we shouldn't have let Luka go, but damn it, he in yellow and purple. He's in the purple and gold now. He ain't wearing this Mavs jersey. Y'all want to be a Laker fan? Go be a Laker then and cheer for Luka ass over there. Nico got way too much criticism for that. It wasn't his fault. I think this rigged lottery pick should show you that he was just doing what he was told to do. It was all a part of the plan. And now he's got Luka's replacement. What's the problem? Why is people saying the Mavericks still ain't off the hook? Nico still ain't off the hook until they win a championship. Why? Why do the Mavs have to win a championship without Luka just because he traded Luka? Luka got traded to the Lakers to play next to LeBron for we don't know how many more years. How about Luka win a championship over there without the Mavericks? If the Mavericks have to win one without him, then Luka needs to win one without them. Let's stop all of this playing both sides halfway. We'll criticize one, but we won't criticize the other because we're too biased and we're just, stop it. Stop that shit. How about Luka win a championship with the Lakers since he's so damn great, since he's so damn bad to the bone? And he is, but he ain't won no championship either. And he never got to the NBA Finals until Kyrie was there, until they made that trade and P.J. Washington and those guys stepped up. And they looked way better after that trade deadline last year than they did before it. That's how they got to the finals. And they'll get back without Luka. Can Luka do the same without the Mavericks? Who won that trade? That answer is not. We can't answer that yet. That's all I'm saying. We can't answer that yet. Let's see what happens. In the next 2 to 3 years, the Mavericks have a good championship window, especially with this pick. I think they'll be just fine. And Cooper Flag will play defense. And he doesn't have any conditioning problems. And they're saving $275, $300 million. I think we should be actually praising Nico Harrison right now. Don't debate me with that. Debate your mama. That's just my opinion. All right. I'm gonna read a few more of these and get out of here. But Donnie, I don't think you have anything to worry about. I think that they're gonna keep Austin and LeBron. Daniel says the Greek Freak doesn't fit their playing style for the Lakers. I don't know who the Greek Freak fits when it comes to playing style. I'm not the biggest fan of the Greek Freak. He is an NBA champion. He has a chip, but I think that was mainly because the Suns collapsed, losing 4 straight in the finals to them, and Chris Middleton went the fuck off, if I remember correctly. But hey, Giannis plays defense. He's a rim protector. He's gonna block shots. He can get to the rim at will, but he can't shoot. I don't know how long he's been in the league. 12 years? But he can't shoot. I just can't take him too serious, though, when we need a bucket or when we need pivotal free throws. Sometimes he knocks down clutch free throws. Most of the times he doesn't. I have to think about that more, though, if he fits the Lakers' playing style. But I don't really know who he fits. I would like to see him go to the Spurs. The Lakers don't deserve the Greek Freak. The Lakers just got Luka. They get everything they want. And they don't deserve that. I'm sorry, Laker fans. They just don't. But I'm sure they'll find a way. They'll try anyway. I've got my story on Facebook and Instagram, The Great Debate Show. Follow The Great Debate Show on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Just type in The Great Debate Show. You'll see one of my stories up right now is a meme of Giannis Antetokounmpo in a Lakers jersey, signing a contract with J.J. Redick sitting there right next to him, smiling his ass off pretty much. I had to put it out there. I saw it off Twitter, and I just thought I would share it. But I don't want Giannis to be a Laker. I would like for him to be a Spurs. But I'm hearing, according to Big Perk, who I kind of got on this morning, even though I agree with most of the things he said, I didn't agree with him saying that Jokic needs to be criticized just as much as LeBron. I think that's bullshit. But Big Perk said yesterday on First Take that, or a couple of days ago, he said he knows for a fact Giannis doesn't even want to go to the Western Conference. He wants to stay on the Eastern Conference. So Man, I'm thinking Knicks or I don't know who else it could be in the East. He said don't sleep on the Toronto Raptors, and a few things that they could put together. I don't know if the Brooklyn Nets, will be interested in putting together some things again where they can get them another big two or big three over there and try that again like they did with Durant and Kyrie and then Harden, which did not work out. But according to Big Perk, Giannis doesn't even want to leave the Eastern Conference. So that would rule out the Lakers, the Rockets, or the Spurs. I don't know. That's why it's going to be interesting to see. I think he has a better shot at going to some of these teams in the Western Conference, though. I don't really see a lot of teams that can get him right now in the Eastern Conference, but we'll see. Seems like that's where he wants to. That's where he wants to stay. The Lakers need players that can spread the floor, and we need a defender that can guard the number one player every night. Who would that be? I'm trying to think. Good comment though, Daniel. Donnie Jackson says, listen, the Lakers had a chance to get Jones from the Hornets. I don't think it's Jones, is it? I thought it was Williams. But I'm sure you're talking about that big from the Hornets. He rebounds and blocks shots and no problem dunking on someone. The Lakers need a center who don't care about scoring. Yeah, I agree. That's what Anthony Davis was trying to tell their asses. He said we need a 5. And then the Lakers told AD, your flight to Dallas is at 5. Deuces. And I really think that was a bad move, and I think that they are paying for that right now. And that's why I hope Dallas, for the early part, are more successful with this trade than the Lakers are. Because I think that they just heard Luka, and they were like, who wouldn't trade for Luka? That's money, right? It is. Showtime. LeBron leaves, so what? We still got Luka, baby, for another 8-10 years. I get it. But the Dallas Mavericks are about to draft Cooper Flag, and it's said that he can make the franchise worth over $1 billion because of it. Their stock is going up. It ain't going down. You thought it was. This guy's going to be even hotter than Luka. His jersey sales may even outsell his. He's going to be the next Larry Bird. And he does look like he's more Larry Bird than Luka Doncic. I don't know who Luka could be compared to. He's good, but Cooper does look like Larry Bird. So, but yeah, man, you're right. The Lakers, if they get a big, but who could they get? What big will they get? Can they even get one? I don't know. How could they get a Clint Capella? How could they get somebody like him? I don't know how. What do they have to give up, and what are they willing to give up to get him? Because you don't want to defeat the purpose. That's what trade's about, though. You may have to give up something that you want. That 3-and-D guy is gone just because you needed a big. Well, now you still have got problems on the perimeter. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think LeBron not retiring is in the Lakers' favor, though. Just trade him. Get King's ransom for him while you can. Same thing to the Warriors, even though I know they won't do it. And we talked about Jaylen Brown being the better player for the Celtics at times when it matters the most. I agree with whoever made that comment earlier. But watch him be the one that'll get traded because they just love Tatum so damn much. But the more and more we watch Tatum in key moments, can't you kind of see why Steve Kerr didn't play him in the Olympics? I'm just saying, not trying to get on Tatum. The guy's hurt right now and he can't play ball, and we hate that. Speedy recovery. But watch the guy who really is more clutch when it comes to closing, Jaylen Brown. Watch he be the one that'll move. They're going to do some trades. There was a report that came out yesterday saying that they're going to do some trades, some significant trades to try to stay alive and keep their head above the water. I just don't know who that will be. But the Mavericks aren't trading the number 1 pick. That's what I came here to talk about. How do you feel about it? I think it's a great idea, and I think that's what they should do. And that is Luka's replacement. So I'm okay with it. I was trying to find that article about the Celtics doing some trades, but I don't see it right now. But either way, they're going to make some trades. The Knicks are going to pursue Giannis, and I think they're going to do it heavily. I've been saying since they got Karl Anthony Towns that there was a report that came out of New York saying that the reason why they done that is to use Cat for a bigger fish, a bigger bait. And they're going to take Cat, whether they win the championship this year with him or not. I still think they're going to throw that thing in, and they're going to see if the Milwaukee Bucks, if Giannis will bite. And they will definitely go. And that was a report yesterday, according to league sources. League sources said that it would be foolish to count the Knicks out due to their roster when it comes to pursuing Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yep. Did you guys know 3 straight years, the 3rd straight year, the team with the league's worst record will pick 5th overall in the NBA draft instead of 1st? You think they need to change their system with the draft and the lottery pick and all of that? Some would agree. And if anybody cares, the NFL team travel totals, the LA Chargers are going to be traveling more than the Bengals, the Bills, and the Ravens combined. They're going to do a lot of traveling in this NFL season. All right. Will the Wolves eliminate the Warriors tonight? Will the Knicks eliminate the Celtics tonight? We will see. We will see. Donnie says, listen, the Lakers had a chance to get John. Oh, yeah, I read that already. Donnie also talked about OKC. What about OKC? You got them in the finals? As you know, you should probably. Every time a player leaves the Knicks, they get better. Who? Who in particular has left and got better? Cat actually looks better with the Knicks than he did before he got there. I ain't gonna lie. Some games. Not all. Some games. He is getting challenged more, though, by Thibodeau. Donnie says, I'm from Jersey and I'm a Celtics fan. Ooh. And a Ravens fan. Don't judge me. LOL. I'm not. My co-host Terrence is a Ravens fan. And, hey, man, you can't go wrong with being a Celtics fan. You can't. Celtics and the Lakers have always been the 2 teams that have been the upper echelon, the prestige and everything that comes with it. But I grew up a Bulls fan watching Michael Jordan, and I didn't give a damn about either one of those franchises, but I always respected them and understood and knew, just like my Niners and Cowboys and Steelers when it comes to football, that these are the top 2, the end-all, be-all. And, you know, they've got the most championships and all of that, and so there's nothing to judge you being a Celtic fan, even though you're from Jersey. It's okay. I'm a 49er fan out of Memphis, you know? And we didn't have a basketball team until 2001 when we got the Grizzlies coming from Vancouver. So I can't be judged either for not being a Grizzly fan. Back then, they didn't exist. So it was Michael Jordan for me. And then he left, and it was just, I'm going to watch, and I'm going to hate on Kobe and Shaq. And I'm going to cheer for the Sacramento Kings or Scottie Pippen and the Trailblazers or Reggie Miller and the Pacers. Whoever the Lakers are playing, I'm going to root for them. That's what I did because I feared that a young man named Kobe Bryant was about to surpass Michael Jordan so damn fast. But I had to give him his props, and I respected him more and more as his career went on. And I do call him Baby Goat. I do. But I don't think I could ever call LeBron Baby Goat. He just doesn't do Jordan and Kobe characteristic things that I think it takes to be a GOAT. But anyway, I'm jumping off topic. Thank you for letting me know who your teams are, though, Donnie. Al is in the building. He said, what's good, bro? Man, nothing, man, chilling. Hope all is well with you today. Thank you for joining me. Please hit that like sub button. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. The likes are coming up some more. Thank you. Need to hit that thumbs up button, please. I'm live on YouTube right now. It's the Great Debate Show. We're also available wherever you get your pods, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Rate, review, and follow, or come see me here live on YouTube. Just type in the Great Debate Show. Which is hard to find sometimes, so that's why I really encourage the likes and the comments, because that's what helps us in the algorithm. Hi to Al. This is awesome, mad respect. Thank you, Donnie. I appreciate it. Two Trend. What's good, man? What's up? I can't call it, man. Just another day in Memphis. I'm about to get out here and try to duck these shots, duck these bullets, and try to be productive and do some work. Two says, oh no, hold on. Al says Crawford is going to beat Canelo. Finally, we got some boxing. Donnie says, I'm new, I'm cool with this. I appreciate it. Al, Crawford is going to beat Canelo. You said something there, man, that can get some stuff stirred. You stirring the pot. You're stirring the pot. I agree with you, though. You won't get a debate from me here, but I think there will be plenty of people that would like to come in here and debate that with us. But we'll save that for another episode. I'm going to come back and talk about Canelo and Crawford. I've done it before. I didn't really get anybody in here that was watching at the time. I'm going to be there in Las Vegas for that fight in September, and I jumped on it pretty quick. And I'm just surprised people aren't talking about it as much. You know, Crawford is doing, he's going against the grain, moving up a second weight class in boxing to go fight Canelo. And Canelo is used to being hit by fighters that are heavier and, way more. And now he's going to fight Crawford where he doesn't have to move up or down or anything in his weight. So he has the advantage. And 90% of the fans think he's going to win. And he's going to hurt Crawford. And I just find that very, very, very humorous. Because I heard them say the same thing about Earl Spence Jr. And he has pretty much retired Earl Spence Jr. That's what it looks like. He took his wheel and he broke him down. And I want to explain to you on a later date why he'll do the same thing to Canelo. And I'm surprised Canelo took this fight. I know what he's thinking on why he took it. You're going to move up another weight class to fight me? Yeah, okay. That's what he's thinking. That's the same shit Tom Brady said Super Bowl 42. When they said the Patriots were going to score like 17 points. He was like, we're only going to score 17 points? All right. They only scored 14, and they lost. I've always kind of went with the underdogs, and I've learned that even if Bud Crawford's an underdog, he ain't the one you want to bet up against. He gonna make you look wrong every time. But we'll talk about that. Great comment, Al. I appreciate you saying something about Crawford and saying that he's gonna beat Canelo. We are the few who think that, because it's only a few from what I've seen. Tutan said, that's what I said. Trade LeBron and Bronny. Bron and Bronny. But hey, man, like you could get a lot more for him. If you're a Laker fan, not a LeBron fan, yeah, why would anybody trip? You trade away LeBron and get a king's ransom. And now you got Luka, Austin Reeves. I like, what's his name too? What's the guy's name? The one that they stopped playing in the first round so much. Jackson Hayes or whatever. Ain't nothing wrong with him. You go get you a center in free agency or whoever you would get in return for LeBron. And man, this could really be a party. And it'll be a good team. A good team. You don't have to worry about ticket sales or lack thereof, merch set, because Luka's not going anywhere. Thank you for agreeing with me, Two Train. I appreciate it. Donnie Jackson says the Celtics are going to win tonight, but not the series. But we was in the situation before and came back and won the series, but I don't see that happening this time. Prayers to Tatum. It's not going to happen. I expect Jaylen Brown to be better tonight. And most people expect them to win, but I don't. The Knicks are very good on the road, and I think they smell blood. And Big Body Brunson is a shark going into their blood, and I think Ant Edwards and the Timberwolves will do the same tonight. I expect both of these series to wrap up. And even if the Celtics do extend it, I don't think they're going to win the next game in New York. And if they do force a Game 7, well, what does this say about Tatum? How are they finding a way to win more without him than they did with him? That would say a lot if that happened, Donnie. Donnie also said Cooper is going to be the future. That's a really big replacement. Well played, Mavs. Thank you. Somebody that agrees. I've been giving props to Nico Harrison for the past 48 hours, and I ain't got anybody to agree with me on that because they're still in their feelings because Luka's gone. Who cares? Are you a Maverick fan or a Luka fan? That's what I say. Which one are you? If you're a Mavs fan, you should be over this by now, and you should be relieved that you had a backup plan. You got a replacement, and this saved you $300 million. You don't have to get this man a Supermax deal yet. He's only 18. He's well conditioned, unlike Luka. He plays defense, unlike Luka. He shoots free throws better than Luka. Now, I ain't saying he's gonna be Luka, but I'm saying he looked like he could be the next Larry Bird, and if that's the case, I'm okay with getting rid of Luka for this guy. I'm okay with it. And even without Cooper Flag this year, if Kyrie doesn't get hurt, if AD doesn't get hurt as soon as his ass gets there, and I know these is a lot of ifs, and we know what if was a fifth would do to us, we'd all be fucking drunk. But if those guys didn't get hurt, I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavericks would still be playing right now. And that was before they got the #1 pick. So yeah, I say well played too. Good comment. Good comment. I appreciate it, Donnie. It was well played. Daniel says Luka will win a chip before the Mavs do. I disagree. I disagree, and I hope that he doesn't. I know that sounds like some hating shit. I don't care. My name is Hater today. How you doing? The way they got on Nico Harrison and the way they treated the Mavericks at home, playing against Luka and the Lakers, and they act like the Mavericks wasn't even playing the game, really. They would forget to cheer sometimes. Half of the arena would cheer. But when Luka scored for the other team, everybody in the arena didn't forget to cheer. Fire Nico, fire Nico. Man, y'all did way too much. I'm sorry. I think as long as LeBron is a Laker, LeBron and Luka or not, I don't know if they win a championship before the Mavericks, because when Kyrie comes back healthy, and I don't know if that'll be in the beginning of the season or not, it may be Christmas before we see Kyrie. But Cooper Flag and AD will be there. You got Dinwiddie in the backcourt. They've got free agency still. We don't know what all they'll add. You may be right, but I doubt it. I can't agree with you on that one. I'm sorry. I can't agree with you on that. But I know that this is kind of a little bit of a biased opinion coming from you, and I don't blame you. Of course you want the Lakers to win a chip before the Mavs. I don't blame you. If you're a Laker fan, you're supposed to say that. But I'm not a Laker fan, and some people just get it all. And when we look at you on the outside looking in, when we're not Lakers fans, we're not Celtics fans, this is what we say about you guys. You always get everything you want. All the championships the Lakers got. I still know Laker fans right now that cry that they didn't get Chris Paul in 2011 because that trade was rescinded. Let it go. Let it go. But hey, when you're used to winning like the Lakers and the Celtics do, I understand. I understand you become spoiled with greatness, and that's all you expect. I get it. I do get it. Let's see here. But thank you for the comment, Daniel. He also says you need a team to win a chip. I do. I do. And I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon, man. I don't. Because we still got a head coach that is the biggest choker, the biggest choke artist in the league, in the NFL, and Kyle Shanahan, in my opinion. And as long as he's there, we probably never will win one. And then my Memphis Grizzlies, well, we might not even have Ja Morant on the team. And as a Grizzly fan, I proposed a trade yesterday. People were talking about Ja. Don't be surprised if they have an early playoff exit. And the general manager of the Grizzlies said that ain't going to happen. Ja ain't going nowhere. I wonder how he feels about that now. He thought they were probably going to make it to the second round of the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference Finals, and they did neither. They didn't even win a game. What did the guy that played Ezel in Friday, what was his name on the Players Club? I forget. What did he say to Trix when she got her ass whooped by Diamond in the strip club? He said, "Damn, did you even pinch the bitch?" That's what I think of when I think of them. The Grizzlies didn't even pinch OKC. They just took a straight ass whooping. Clean sweep in the playoffs, clean sweep in the regular season. Why not trade Ja? If you can't put the proper players around them, if you can't get a Giannis or a Jimmy Butler who said anywhere but Memphis, a KD, if you can't get any of these guys to come to Memphis, which they won't, what are we doing here? We're just keeping Ja for ticket sales, for merch sales. Is that it? I guess so. But how can they win with him? With these young players, the young talent, and sometimes he dominates the ball too much. And I suggested that they should trade him. Somebody else suggested that Giannis should come to Memphis and play with Ja. I'm okay with that, but he ain't gonna do it. I would not mind giving up Desmond Bain. Shoot, I hate to say it, maybe Scottie Pippen Jr. and some picks. If I got to give up Jaren Jackson Jr., okay, I'll give him up too. But Jaren Jackson Jr. is really the best player on the Grizzlies. Overall, Ja is always inconsistent with his shit. When he's good, he's good. But he's supposed to already be what SGA is now. He's supposed to be what Tyrese Halliburton already is now. And I know I'm jumping off subject, but I'm just trying to show you how I'm not biased when I talk about these trades. Just as much as I'm telling Laker fans, trade LeBron, just as much as I'm telling Warriors fans, trade Steph, I'm not opposed to the Grizzlies trading Ja. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to get more, more value, more depth, more size, more whatever. Sometimes less is more, sometimes it's not. I'm just saying. But you're right, buddy. I don't see me winning any championships anytime soon, whether it be the 49ers or the Grizzlies or the Florida State Seminoles or the North Carolina Tar Heels. And I don't even really watch those college stuff anymore. I've been really getting away from all of that, focusing on more HBCU stuff. But yeah, you're right. I'm not winning a chip anytime soon. What else we got? Donnie said this dude scores 30 without jumping while shooting. Who you talking about, Jokic? That sounds like Jokic. Daniel Harris says Luka carried the Mavs to the finals appearance. I disagree, Daniel. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. How was it that he carried the Mavs to the finals when P.J. Washington, they got better when P.J. Washington was acquired after the trade deadline last year. They got better when Kyrie was there, and he was there for the whole season. Because he was there when he got traded the year before that, he only got to play like a few months. Last year, he was there the whole season. You're not going to say Kyrie had nothing to do with them making it to the finals? He ate in the playoffs. It was the finals, the NBA finals, before he finally got shut down. Shout out to Drew Holiday. That's why I said the Celtics don't win that chip last year if it wasn't for Holiday and Porzingis. Those were the two additions that they added to the Celtics roster in that trade that they had the summer before. But I kind of disagree. As good as Luka is, he did not carry the Mavs to the finals. Y'all stop acting like Kyrie's chopped liver, damn it. Luka ain't got no championship yet. Kyrie does. But Kyrie played with LeBron, Jarvis. Luka just played with LeBron too, didn't he? And everybody had him in the finals. And it was a first round exit. I know y'all think I'm hating, but I'm just keeping it real. Luka's a bad boy on one side of the floor, not on the other end. And no, I don't think he carried them to the finals. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't think he did. What Steph did in the finals against the Celtics, that's carrying a team to victory. That's just my opinion now. Donnie also said the Greek Freak is going to San Antonio. I like that. And I hope that's what happens. But according to Big Perk, he doesn't want to be in the Western Conference. He wants to stay in the Eastern Conference. To me, that limits his next destination. To me, I think he needs to keep this thing wide open and keep an open mind on going anywhere. Like Houston, like San Antonio. I hate to say it, even LA or Golden State. Memphis. Phoenix. But to say you want to stay in the Eastern Conference, I don't really see a lot of options there. Outside of the Knicks and Perk said the Raptors? I don't know. But I like that comment. Nobody talking about KD, maybe to the Rockets. I said that yesterday. I've been talking about it. And that's why you got to hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop another episode. I definitely talked about it, though, man. You're right. KD could go to the Rockets. I would much rather him go somewhere else other than Golden State. If he does that again, you're just making yourself another, it's just more embarrassment, making yourself the laughing stock even more. Even more. Okay. I'll read a few more. I think you're talking about Giannis. He's going to Houston. I would be cool with that. Detroit. Trade. That's a good one. I said the Knicks, and Big Perk said the Toronto Raptors. The Knicks is the team that I think could get them because they got Cat that they can trade away. And maybe a Josh Hart too, if that's what it takes, and some draft picks. But if they can keep Anunoby, yeah, they can get Giannis. But Detroit, the team that is responsible for the Knicks, who were about to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, in my opinion, I think the Pistons are the reason why the Knicks were prepared and better ready for the Celtics. Because they were scrappy, they're tough, they're physical, and the Knicks had to get down and get physical with them. But they matched their intensity and their physicality, and now you look at them. They're going to the Eastern Conference Finals if they can get one more win, which I hope is tonight, which I think will be tonight. Jaylen Brown, I think this will be a good game for him. It'll be more of just trying to save face, man. Really. But I don't think they have to win for us to say, hey, man, this team really quit. And they probably have, though. But for Jaylen Brown, yeah, we want to see more, and we probably will. But Trey Newman, welcome to the Great Debate Show. Thank you for joining us. What do y'all think about that? He said Detroit. The Detroit Pistons landing Giannis Antetokounmpo. They got Cade Cunningham. They've got Malik Beasley and what's his name? Tim Hardaway Jr. The Pistons got a little something. They got a little something over there. They're up and coming. JB Bickerstaff did a great job with coaching. He probably gets Coach of the Year damn near if Cleveland doesn't do what they did. First time I heard Detroit. I'm gonna have to keep that going if you don't mind. I'm gonna have to steal that, man. Thank you. Let's hear more about Giannis to the Pistons since he wants to stay in the Eastern Conference. That ain't bad at all. And boy, would the Pistons' value go up if they could add Giannis. I'm trying to think what their front court would look like. Pick and roll with Cade Cunningham and Giannis. Yeah, man. That's not bad. They still got Tobias Harris and stuff like that. Now, I don't know what they would have to give up and who they would have to give up to land him, but I like that. If Detroit has enough assets to land them. That's up to Milwaukee, though, to decide. Donnie Jackson says, I know you're trying to bounce. When the next time you're going to be back on live? Tomorrow. I usually do this around noon Eastern, 11 Central. What's that? 10 Mountain, 9 Pacific. That's what it looks like. Most of the people that I follow, YouTube channels and people that inspire me to start doing this, they usually, although they have like 100K subs, 50 to 60,000 subscribers, which I don't, this is usually the time that they come up. So if you want to see me, it's usually going to be during the weekday at noon Eastern. And we also, me and my co-host Terrence, also come live right after Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And Friday nights right after WWE Friday Night SmackDown. So Monday night, Friday nights, and every day during the week. Noon Eastern is when you can expect me. But if you hit the notification bell, you will be notified as soon as I pop up. Because I'm going to pop up. Donnie says, that was funny on AD comment. We need a 5. You right. Go to Dallas. That's what they did. That's what they did. AD said, we need a 5 in LA. And they said, your flight to Dallas is at 5. It seems like Rob Pelinka and those brothers really did get offended by that. Like, don't tell us what the fuck we need to do. How about you get your ass the fuck out of here and you go to Dallas? How about that, buddy? And boy, I mean, it was so fast. Like the next day or the day after that, he was gone. So those were my exact words on my TikTok video when I did the TikTok reel as soon as he got traded. That's exactly what I said. AD tells the Lakers they need a 5, and they told him his flight to Dallas was at 5. That's exactly what it seemed like. That's what happened. And I hope that AD gets the last laugh if he can stay fucking healthy. I hope he gets the last laugh because the Lakers thought they were doing something when they done that. And yes, getting Luka is a big deal, but they had a first round exit because of who they traded away to get Luka. You don't have enough size. I'm tired. Oh, I'm sorry. I was tired of AD. Always hurt. Was barely getting back on defense. If he missed a shot, I feel you on that, Daniel. I do. But didn't you miss him a little bit this playoff season? That first round, did you not wish you could have had AD? You know, I'm just saying. The games that Rudy Gobert had. The shooting that Nas Reed did. And he ain't did that in this series against the Warriors. So that should tell you the Lakers are missing bigs. They can play defense when they want to, but it's more of a blitz. They're going to leave somebody else open who they don't think can make the shot. But when they make the shot, they're cooked. But I respect it, man. Laker fans were kind of getting tired of AD and the injuries. I get it. But when you ain't got them, you know what they say. Sometimes we don't realize a good thing we've got until it's gone. I don't know. But yeah, everybody's trying so hard to say who won that trade. People are ready to say, hey, man, the Mavs fucked up. That was dumb as fuck. They lost that trade. The Lakers won it already. How? The Lakers were a first-round exit. Hell, the Dallas Mavericks could have done that if Kyrie didn't tear his ACL, if AD didn't miss games when he first got there. But I understand, Daniel. I get it. Donnie Jackson, LOL. Andrew Drummond. Is Drummond back with Detroit? I thought Drummond was, he may be in Detroit again. Where did I see Drummond at? Where is Drummond at, man? You're laughing saying Andrew Drummond. I'm sorry, I'm just lost on where is he? Are you saying that he should be a part of the trade package or something, or what? I don't know where Drummond is right now. But I've always respected Drummond. Very underrated. Kind of a big, but not much of a big, but he definitely plays bigger than his size was. Ace in the building. Where you been, man? You ain't hitting that notification bell, are you? Why are you just showing up and I've been here for nearly 2 hours? Probably working. I get it. LeBron got one more year, then it's over. I don't know, man. LeBron wants to play with that other son of his, probably, and I just don't know. He's still playing for the wrong reasons, and this is the reason why I'm losing respect for him as far as his legacy goes. He's just adding on more time and more years, and he doesn't realize the more years he adds on to his career, regardless of how much more he stuffs his stats, he's making himself look bad because we're still going to look at those stats and say, damn, you played 22, 23 years. He's already played 21. One more year and it's over. All right, we'll see. TM19 is in the building. For Sholey? Is that what you're saying? For Sholey? Donnie says, hold up. We could talk about anything but not Tatum and the Celtics. I will take that subscribe back. LOL. Just kidding. Man, all I was saying was that me and somebody else in the comments earlier were talking about how Jaylen Brown shows up more than Tatum at times when it matters the most. That's all. Now, Tatum balled out in that last game that he was hurt in. But yeah, I ain't here to take a dump on Tatum, not at all. I'm wishing him a speedy recovery, and I just think the Celtics should start to think about, they should consider doing what the Bucks are forced to do, and that's start over, rebuild or reset. Like Reggie White was saying, he started that conversation off. I said it yesterday. Celtics, Warriors, and Lakers, all three need to be thinking about rebuilding or resetting in some sort of form. Ace also says Celtics probably trade Porzingis and Holiday. Yeah, I wish they never traded for them. Those are the only two reasons why they won last year's NBA Finals. And I don't know if they can trade them or not. Are they about to be free agents? I don't know if their contracts are up or not. But yeah, I don't think both of them come back. I won't be surprised if neither of them come back. Donnie Jackson says Zebo was a monster. Sure was. And I like that team better than I like this team. With Zebo and Marc Gasol. Tony Allen on defense. Damn. Missed those days, man. Rudy Gay. No, we was not a championship team, but I don't think we are now either. So I'm okay with trading Ja if that's what it takes to get a championship roster put together eventually. I'm okay with Giannis coming to Memphis, but I just know that'll never happen. No superstar wants to come to Memphis. But thank you for that comment, man. I'm sure Zebo would love to hear that. That is facts. Al says, LOL, true. Ace97, how you feel about Nicolas Cage being casted as John Madden? I just found out about that this morning, man. So I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know much about it. But I think the way the league is scripted at times, I think we should take that movie and we should definitely take the Raiders into consideration on, you know, how they're going to come up in the league. Tom Brady is a minority owner for the Las Vegas Raiders. They're doing a movie based on John Madden. Yeah, at some point, the Raiders' time has got to be coming back around. If the Knicks are about to go to the NBA Finals, it just seems fitting that the Raiders can somehow get to a Super Bowl one day. I got a little breaking news before I leave here in the NFL. Somewhat, I guess, breaking news. There's a report saying that Derrick Henry agrees to a 2-year, $30 million extension. Okay, I'm glad that happened before I signed off. That's the breaking news out of the NFL. In King Henry's court, Ravens and Derrick Henry agreed a 2-year, $30 million extension. I like the Ravens. I like Derrick Henry. My co-host Terrence is a Raven. Somebody in here is a Raven. Where you go? Are you still here? We just talked about that. Hope you got to hear that news. And congratulations, you're going to have Derrick Henry for 2 more years. Donnie said hi. Reggie White says, I like Greek game. He would be perfect fit for Houston or San Antonio. What do you like about Greek's game, Reggie White? He's all right. He can't shoot. And he's been around for like 12 years. When you need a shot, you can't depend on him to get it. That's all I'm saying. You would have to give it to Wemby or De'Aaron Fox. But because he's a rim protector, he plays defense, he can get to the basket at any time. He definitely would be a good fit for the Spurs or the Rockets. I agree with you, Reggie. But tell me what you like about his game. Kyle Patillo. What's up, Kyle? He says, do you think Jokic is a liability on defense? That's a good question. A little bit. I would like to see him defend more, but he's never been known to be a rim protector. He's never been known to block shots. He's never been known to shut anybody down. But he's so damn good on the other end where he can get you 40, he can get you 20, he can get you 15. He's a walking triple-double. That's the reason why he's still one of the greatest, if not the greatest playing right now. But to answer your question, yeah, just a little bit. He is. But I still don't agree with Big Perk, who said this morning he deserves more criticism than LeBron. Bullshit. Or just as much. Bull jive. Why? Because the man averages 30, 40. He's a walking triple-double. He has no depth. They lack size and depth. He's playing way too many minutes. That's why he's gassed. You can't say that LeBron is gassed because he's 40, but in October, November, December, January, February, you say, oh man, LeBron's doing all of this at 40? That's a double standard, and that ain't gonna fly here. I'm sorry. Can't let it go. To answer your question, Kyle, just a little bit. But it ain't like we've seen people just like kill Jokic and give him the business. One game or two, Embiid had his way with him. They went back and forth, though. Neither one of them stopped each other on defense. But outside of that game that I remember Embiid having, where he kind of cooked, we can't really think about anybody that just takes Jokic to the shed every time. They take him to the woodshed. Nah. So that's why I say just a little bit. Because you know who is a liability on defense? Luka Doncic. Every damn time the Timberwolves got the ball on offense, they went right at him. And if teams don't do Cooper Flag like that, then Nico Harrison played this well. Shout out to Nico. I'm sick of everybody messing with him. I just think they went too far. After a week, that shit should have been over with. They've been talking about it for months. Okay, Donnie says Detroit needs an outside shooter, not the Greek freak. Okay, but I still like what he said about the Pistons getting Giannis. That's different, and you can't tell me Giannis and Cade Cunningham pick and pop. That shit won't be good. Offensively, I'm sure JB Bickerstaff will figure out a way to make that work. But I hear you. You're right. They do need more outside shooters, but they can still probably do both. They probably could do both. Reggie White said, being disrespectful again, bro. LOL. How? Who? To Giannis? Just because I said he can't shoot? It's a fact. He can't shoot. He can't shoot. Donnie Jackson, rip the Sabu. Yep. We've said that. We've said it a few times here on the show. Yep. Rip to Sabu. For real, for real. Everything that we got with Extreme Wrestling today in any wrestling promotion, Sabu started that shit. Remember Cactus Jack, Terry Funk, and all those guys? Where do you think they got that extreme hardcore shit from? Sabu. Hell yeah, real. Donnie Jackson says, nah, he with the Sixers. Oh, Andre Drummond. Okay. Okay. What if the Lakers had Drummond? No, they had Drummond a while back, didn't they? I don't know. I like Drummond, though. I didn't know he was with the Sixers. The Sixers could have made some noise, too, man, if they had got that lottery pick. Embiid, if he comes back, and he comes back healthy. Maxey, Paul George. And that pick, Cooper Flag, or traded for Giannis, man, the Sixers would have been woo. So, yeah, that pick was, that's why people saying it was rigged, because of who got it and how. Let's see. My NBA Mount Rushmore. This is B-Ball. What's up, B-Ball Fanatic in the building? Welcome back. He says, my NBA Mount Rushmore is Jordan, LeBron, Duncan, Curry. He wants to know my thoughts. Man, I can't argue with that Mount Rushmore at all. I can't. No, I can't. Because, I mean, if there was somebody I would want to take off, I probably would remove LeBron for Kobe. But I'm sure you don't have Kobe on there because he was so much more like Jordan. But he's still probably in your mind, I guess he wasn't quite better than Jordan. So that's why you've got Jordan on there. Duncan, I can't say he doesn't deserve to be on there. So I would have a hard time removing him from that list. And damn, what Steph Curry has done for the game. It's hard to take him off the list too. But I guess if I had to take somebody off, maybe it would be Curry. And I would say only because he's hurt the game and helped the game. Like everybody wants to be Curry and shoot from Steph Curry range, which is like anywhere as soon as you get across half court. That's been a gift and a curse in the league. We hate the NBA for those same reasons. Well, Curry is the reason why that's happening. So I would say that it's a gift and a curse on whether he belongs on there or not. But he is on my top 10 all time. I'm not saying, I don't know if he'll make my top 4. So if there was anybody I would take off, I hate to say it, it would probably have to be Steph Curry, even though he's showing us how valuable he is to his team right now. They hadn't won a game since he got hurt. If he got hurt. But hey, man, no, I don't have a problem with your Mount Rushmore at all. I don't. Jordan is the real GOAT. LeBron is everybody's new GOAT. Duncan, the most underrated GOAT. And Steph Curry has changed the motherfucking game of basketball when it comes to shooting. So that's a good Mount Rushmore, man. And I really don't want to change anything on it. But LeBron and Curry, I do have my thoughts about them, good and bad, and what they've done for the league. I don't know if Duncan should be on there and no Hakeem Olajuwon, but Duncan still was a bad boy. So, nah, I don't have a problem with it. Donnie Jackson says Tatum, 48 points. I get it, man. I get it. I'm not here to shit on Tatum. You know, like what he needs to do when it's time to do it. That's all. I think him not winning Finals MVP last year kind of confirms the things that I've kind of been saying about them. I said after they lost to the Warriors, they've reached their ceiling. Break them up. But then they went and got Porzingis and Drew Holiday, and then they won. Y'all really do like Tatum in here, though. I see that. I can't say shit about Tatum. I'm not trying to dump on him, like I said, man. I'm always going to keep it real regardless of what anybody says or thinks. This is called the Great Debate Show, and I'm here to debate. But I hear you. I hear you. Tatum had 48. Tatum was balling. Jaylen Brown is dealing with a knee injury, though. Porzingis is dealing with some type of fatigue, sickness, or something. But hope Tatum gets well, man. The Celtics are through, though, for 2025, 2026. Because he won't be playing next year. Let's see what else. Donnie says you have a better chance finding Nemo than seeing the Raiders in the Super Bowl. Damn. Well, I'm just saying, this movie, Nick Cage playing Madden, I don't know. Just pay attention to stuff like that they do. Didn't Giannis Antetokounmpo have a movie come out the year his Bucks won the championship? What a coincidence, right? Didn't the Rams win the Super Bowl the year Kurt Warner had that movie come out? But hey, what do I know? It sounds crazy right now, doesn't it? It does, I know. But Geno Smith has got Pete Carroll back as his head coach. He may be a system quarterback, but he's a damn good system quarterback when he's got a running game. He's got that now in Ashton Genty. I think that they could still go pick up a wide receiver. You know, Keenan Allen is available in free agency. Somebody else, Gabe Davis is still available in free agency. The Raiders can't get any worse. So it'll happen probably at some point here sooner than later. And I just think that with it being scripted, like I say it is, and it's not really real, of course the injuries and stuff happen, and it's a tough game. But yeah, it sounds crazy right now, Donnie. But we'll come back to this at some point, I bet you. We'll come back to it. Donnie Jackson said, that's just me. He also says, and when the alien comes back, oh my God, him in Greek. Who was the alien? Who was the alien? That could be playing next to Greek. I'm sorry, I'm lost there. Who is that? The alien from Spurs was busting the Joker's ass. Just saying. Who was that? Wemby? Y'all call Wemby the alien? The alien from the Spurs busting Joker's ass. That has to be Wemby you're talking about. But man, damn, man, Jokic is what, 7 feet? 6'11"? Wemby's like, what, 7'10"? 7'4" for real, though? I mean, like, he can cook a lot of people. But I see y'all really ain't tapping y'all feet to the rhythm of Jokic. Y'all really do like Tatum in here. I understand all of that. But I'm not counting Jokic out yet. I just think they need to help him out a little bit more than what they're doing. And LeBron had more help than Joker does right now, in my opinion. And LeBron got his rest. You know, he didn't play the extreme amount of minutes that Jokic is playing right now. So that's it. But if the alien from San Antonio cooked Joker, I got you. Donnie says, now you talking Tommy Dreamer, the franchise, Bam Bam Bigelow, the Dudley Boys, Al Snow, Spike Dudley. Oh, you going back now. That's some ECW shit for real. Yes, sir. Good old days, man, when wrestling was good. Donnie Jackson also says, James Harden, Hall of Fame? Question mark. Yeah, as much as I shit on him, he's still a Hall of Famer. The boy can score. He just doesn't do it when we need him to do it the most. But yeah, he's Hall of Fame. I ain't gonna sit up there and just, talk crazy, y'all. He also says, nah, you good, man. It's that Laker blood in you. In me? I ain't no Laker. Not at all. Oh, you talking about yourself? But yeah, man, yeah, it's all good, man. I'm here. That's what I'm here for, man. We talking. We just chopping it up. That's all. It's all good. B-Ball Fanatic says, have you seen the WWE NXT show? Bubba Ray seems like a jerk in real life while coaching the wrestlers. I have not got to watch that show. I don't have access to, is it A&E where that comes on at? So I haven't got to see it. I hear a lot of people saying that about Bubba Ray. I mean, Bully Ray. Hell, whatever, Bubba, Bully. I think we call him Bully now, but and that sounds like he got the right name too. But yes, I have seen NXT. NXT is better than SmackDown. From what I hear, NXT is better than AEW Dynamite and Collision. And from what I hear, NXT is just as good as Raw. Well, I watch Raw, so I can say it's just as good as Raw, if not better. And they've got black champions like Obafemi and or African, whatever. At least you can see people that look like me with a belt around their waist a little bit more. You don't get to see that on the main roster. TNA has had Moose as their champion. I heard TNA is good wrestling right now. It's just good storytelling. I just don't have access to watch that channel either. Whatever channel they come on these days, they're hard to find. But I appreciate these wrestling comments, man. B-ball. Yes, I do watch NXT. I have started to watch it. I like what they're doing. You know, Trick Williams and all of those guys, Obafemi, Jada Parker. They've got the best women division in wrestling. And that's why Roxanne Perez and Julia are about to go up to Raw. So, yeah, I like that comment. The center from France, Donnie Jackson, just won't say Wemby's name. I get it. I got you. So he cooked Jokic. Okay, that's fine. That's why I want Jokic to get championships while he can. Because he deserves them, and they just need to put more around him and stop asking so much of him. They're going to waste his prime years away. And he won't have anything to show for it when it comes to accomplishments. I'm glad he at least got one, though, because y'all are rough on Jokic right now, and I don't understand why. Y'all agree with Big Perk. Y'all told me y'all didn't like Big Perk. And the one time I disagree with him, y'all agree with him. Donnie also says Denver should have kept everyone from the championship. I know, and that's why the head coach and the general manager are fired. But the fact that they still have a chance to get to the Western Conference Finals, that says a lot. They ain't got a coach or general manager. Hell yeah, they should have kept those guys, man, like KCP, Bruce Brown, Jeff Green. Those guys were huge coming off the bench. Wait, hold up. Great, what's your team? Grizzlies. Memphis. Represent the home team. I'm not a diehard Grizzly fan now, but I've always represented them since Jordan left, since the Grizzlies came to Memphis from Vancouver, and since I realized that I'm not a Bulls fan. I was just a Michael Jordan fan. So yeah, it's Memphis. And I have said that I'm okay with them trading away Ja. After seeing what I saw, I'm convinced Ja may not develop or progress anymore. You know, he should be what Halliburton and SGA are now. But he's touch and go. He's hot and cold. Too inconsistent for me, and that three-point jump shot still ain't where I want it to be. It needs to be closer to 40%, not closer to 30%. And it ain't nothing SGA can't do. So, how did he pass Ja? Just like that. A few seasons ago, Draymond said Memphis are on their way after they beat us in the semifinal round. We ain't got back to the semifinal round in this 2025. So, if you can't win with him, maybe you have to find out a way to get all you can for him and try to win without him. I'm smart. I'm wise enough to say shit like that. But, and a few of you are too. You all have said, I'm okay with trading LeBron too. But it's much easier to say that when you got Luka. Y'all wouldn't have dared say that had you not had Luka on your roster. But y'all LA Lakers, man, it's showtime. I know it's got to be something materialistic, something sharp, something flashy. It's got to be something, you know. You ain't just going to put on no New Balance and walk out the house. Y'all got to have something fresh and shiny. Y'all the Lakers. I get it. I get it. Let's see here. You have to watch Dark Side of the Ring. Very good episodes. I ain't got A&E. But I have watched Dark Side of the Ring now. They definitely do have good episodes. You're right. I'm going to have to try to find a way to watch that stuff, man. But I don't have A&E. And I damn sure don't want to just get it. You know, like the actual channel. I might as well go back to like satellite TV or something. I just do streaming on my end over here. But you're right. Dark Side of the Ring is good. I want Denver to win for Russ. He deserves a ring. Thank you, B-Bob. So do I. I want everybody to win in the West. I want the Knicks to win, but on the flip side, I want Jokic and Russell Westbrook to win. I want Anthony Edwards to win. You know, And I'm not opposed to OKC winning because they're young. Everybody says they're inexperienced. They ain't ready yet. And they're a small market team. So I would not give a damn if we had the OKC Thunder versus the Indiana Pacers in the NBA Finals. If I was writing the script, that's probably exactly how I would do it, to keep people like me, who say it's fake and rigged, to shut the fuck up. That's exactly what you should do. Give us teams that people wouldn't dare think would make it to the finals. But when you're always seeing the Lakers or the Celtics or both, all of that nostalgia, it's easy to say this is fake. This is all for ratings. But I agree with you, B-Ball. Donnie said, oh my God, the Grizz? Yeah, man. Tony Allen, yeah. Conley, yeah. Zebo, Marc Gasol, yeah. Rudy Gay. And I even thought that team had a better chance of getting to the NBA Finals than I do this team right here, because I don't have enough faith in Ja. Desmond Bane, I lost all faith in him. Then, as soon as I did, he had a few more better games, but he's definitely expendable. I trade Desmond Bane in a heartbeat. Jaren Jackson Jr., you'd have to twist my arm a little bit before I did it, but yeah, I would do it. I like Odama. I like Scottie Pippen Jr. I like Jalen Wells, but we just still need, I hate to say it, a superstar, a Kevin Durant. But I would much rather have Kevin Durant or Giannis in Memphis if we didn't have to give up anything. But they're not free agents. So, but yeah, could Giannis go to Memphis? I doubt it. And according to Big Perk, he doesn't even want to be in the Western Conference. We have a Jeremy Sokin mural in the barrier here in San Antonio. Ha ha. Hey man, that dude's not bad though. He's not bad. Not bad at all. Donnie Westbrook deserves a ring. Yes. Scotty Jr., I'll be real, I slept on him. A lot of people said that. I even heard people in the FedEx forum saying that. What I found odd though and weird was that I never saw his dad at any game. That just goes to show what people think about my city, man. Scottie Pippen has his son playing in the NBA, had a good rookie season, is a pretty good defender, a solid defender like his dad. Not quite as good as his dad, but shit, his dad wasn't trying to defend people like SGA, Tyrese Halliburton, Steph Curry on a nightly basis either. So he's not bad. And yeah, you did sleep on him, but you're not by yourself. A lot of people did. But these are some of the players that we would have to give up. Some of that young future talent we would have to give away to get a Giannis or a KD. And last season we said, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Now I'm kind of saying we may have to. Look how Jimmy Butler came to Golden State and got his team to the playoffs when it looked like they probably weren't even going to be a play-in team before he arrived. And if Steph didn't get hurt, I'm not sure if the Warriors are not going to the Western Conference Finals. So when you give up future young talent, the future, as some would say, for a key player like Jimmy Butler or Giannis, sometimes it is worth it. Sometimes you have to just bite the bullet. Whatever it takes for us to get Giannis, let's do it. Jaren Jackson Jr., if you got to go, you got to go. But Giannis and Ja does kind of sound intriguing. But according to Big Perk, Giannis ain't trying to lead the Eastern Conference. So I don't think he's got a lot of options if he does that. And that's why we were talking about the Detroit Pistons earlier. Why did the Grizz fire the head coach? Because Ja didn't like the fact that he wasn't getting the ball enough. He was not, the offense wasn't designed around him as much. He's very ball dominant, and I think Taylor Jenkins wanted to, preserve his minutes to keep him healthy because he misses a lot of games due to injuries and sometimes just rest. And I think they just wanted to, they wanted the offense to be more efficient, and it did look more efficient. But he got fired because of that for the most part. I don't care what they say. There was a report that said Ja played a role in it. He did. Shout out to Joker, man. At least he's the only one who came out and admitted, yeah, I knew they were going to fire Mike Malone. But I understood when we talked about it. They did come to me about it. LeBron sit up there and lied. Nah, I didn't know AD was going to trade it. I didn't know we were getting Luka. Stop it. Ja, he didn't admit to it either, but Ja's the reason. That's what I think. That's what I've heard. And you start to see him get 30 points, 40-point games after they fired him because he was more ball dominant. He had the ball in his hands more. But, you know, sometimes it still doesn't get them enough wins. So, but to answer your question, that's why they fired him. I don't know who they're going to hire. Hadn't heard a thing about who it's going to be. The Nuggets are still playing, so we don't know who their next coach is going to be, but it's going to have to be somebody if it's not the interim. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We did officially make the interim head coach our head coach. I can't even pronounce his name right now. Daniel, I want Brunson to win because he is one of the most underrated players ever. He just goes so hard every second he's on the court, and he's a true professional. Yep, and he's clutch. So, yep, I agree. And that's why I'm comfortable with any of these teams winning the NBA championship. If these Celtics lose tonight and go home, I'm comfortable with the Knicks, Thunder, Wolves, or Nuggets winning. But yeah, Jalen Brunson, big body Brunson, man. That's that dude. He's that dude. Man, he's that dude. Very underrated. He's the best clutch closer in the game right now, though. Back to wrestling. I wish SmackDown would bring back the 2002 Fist entrance. That would be dope. Sure would. Sure would. Yeah, them were the days there, man. Teddy Long, holla, holla, holla player. You going one-on-one with The Undertaker. Yeah, them were the good old days. Donnie Jackson, feel bad for Brandon Beal. He stayed in Washington too long. Yep, and now I think he may be stuck in Phoenix too. Yeah, I don't feel bad for him because he shouldn't have kept his ass in Washington that long. Don't listen to the fans. The fans are going to talk shit regardless of what you do. If he stayed because he didn't want to be talked about as the ring chaser, as the next Kevin Durant chasing rings and all that, man, the hell what they say. The hell with what we say. Do what's best for you. Now look at it. We're talking about your ass because you didn't leave and follow KD footsteps. You ain't going to never please everybody. So I don't feel sorry for him, Donnie. I'm sorry. And why didn't that shit work out in Phoenix? What happened? Who better, Mark or Paul Gasol, and why? Paul Gasol was a better player in the post because he had better footwork, even though he lacked the size that Mark had. But all around, it was still probably Powell. Powell being traded to the Lakers is the reason why Kobe got his 4th and 5th championship ring. That trade should have never happened. That was a setup. Jerry West came to Memphis just to do the Lakers more favors. But yeah, I love Marc Gasol, but I'm going to say Powell was still better overall. But damn, man, his weakness was Kevin Durant, wasn't it? Donnie Jackson, a true fact, me and Brunson from the same city, but still go Celtics. Yeah, I hear you, Donnie. So Brunson is from New York? I didn't know that. And why are you a Celtic, not a Knick? Oh, I know why. The Knicks probably sucked when you were growing up. So I get it. Donnie Jackson also says Mark was a monster, though, man. Mark. Oh, Marc Gasol. He was. But overall, Gasol got a championship. He got a few of them. Yeah, I know he played the Kobe next to Kobe. But Marc Gasol, as good as he was, overall, I'm going to give it to Powell because he had phenomenal footwork in the post. Gasol was good in the post, too, and could shoot outside, but so good Powell. Mark could shoot outside. So it's really tit for tat, to be honest with you, but I'm going to give Powell the edge because he's a champion. And he might have just been a little bit better in the post. Now, Mark was probably the better passer, though. He probably was the better passer. And he's tall as fuck. Like, I saw both of them on Beale Street a few times, like, from a long distance. And how I would know it was him was because, like, he's the tallest motherfucker on Beale Street, and you can, like, literally look up down the street and be like, hey, is that Gasol? They're like, yeah, that's him. Man, that boy, You don't know how tall 7 feet, whatever it is, when you get closer to it. You know? Like you get to the game and you be like, damn, LeBron really is this big. This is a big dude. If I could have grew like that, shit, I wouldn't be podcasting. You know? So, like, man, yeah, that's a big dude, though. Yeah, I got to get out of here, guys. Tony Allen, his defense, your ass wasn't going nowhere. Hey, man, Tony Allen was definitely a defensive guy, but Steve Kerr made one of the best adjustments ever in playoff history, probably, when the Grizzlies was lighting the Warriors' ass up, had got up on them 2-1 in the series, I think in like 13 or 14. 14. It had to have been 14, because I think this is the year that they won their first chip. And he finally figured it out and said, man, let Tony Allen, leave him wide open. We got to blitz this front court because Zebo and Gasol are killing us in the paint. And they just tried to swarm them and take that away, and they would leave Tony Allen open every time, and he would take the shot and miss, or he would just pull it down and try to get the ball to somebody. And that changed the series. So I can't say nothing about Tony Allen, but we still fuck with him here in Memphis. Do you watch boxing? Yes. Talked about Canelo already. Canelo school fight looked boring and felt like an exhibition. That's what it was. And did you see how he looked in that fight? And y'all think Terrence Crawford ain't got a chance? Okay. Look, that weight stuff matters in boxing, but sometimes none of that stuff is more important than will, perseverance, and just ambition. And Terrence Crawford has an I will not lose mentality. And when you bet against him, that's when he makes you look silly. We're going to talk about Canelo and Crawford, though, on another episode. We will. Daniel, if the Wolves don't win, they need a coach change because they probably have the best roster on paper and haven't done anything with it. I don't know about the best roster on paper. I do agree with the coaching change, probably. That would probably be necessary. But I wouldn't say they got the best roster now on paper. Did you think that the Timberwolves were going to beat the Lakers? Did you think that they were going to the Western Conference Finals? A lot of people didn't. They thought that they still probably were a year or two away after they traded away Cat. So I don't know about that on paper. On paper, they don't look that good. McDaniels is still underrated. He's not getting the credit he deserves. I know how good he is, but a lot of people don't. Me and you probably know, but a lot of people don't. They look at that paper and say, yeah. But McDaniels has really turned it up. Alexander Walker, I would like for him to hit his shots a little bit more when he comes out the bench. DiVincenzo. I don't know. You may have a point. But when I think of the Timberwolves on paper, I'm looking around and ain't nobody saying nothing. They're like, okay, Ian, Lakers in 5. That's all I heard. I ain't heard nothing about the Timberwolves. So, but the coaching changed now. You may be on to something there. And this is the last one I'm going to read, I promise. Okay, the year when the Grizz had Conley, Zebo, Marc Gasol, who was the small forward in the starting lineup? Well, it was Rudy Gay. It was Rudy Gay, wasn't it? Donnie Jackson says, every time I see Rudy Gobert, I think of Lurch from the Addams Family. Huh. I actually thought that was Steven Adams over there in Houston. I miss Steven Adams, man. Steven Adams and Brandon Clark got hurt, and we didn't even have a Dylan Brooks. Both of those guys are in Houston. We didn't even have a Dylan Brooks to piss somebody off and maybe throw their game off a little bit, even though I really get sick of that shit. And I'm not a fan of Dylan Brooks, but we really miss Steven Adams. Damn. He looks like Lurch more than Rudy Gobert, don't you think? Guys, I've been here over 2 hours. Never been here this long. I'm going to get on out of here. It's been a great show. Hope you all enjoyed it. And I'm going to sign off. I got some bills to pay. But again, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and thank you for the comments. Continue to do so because it helps us out with the algorithm here with the Great Debate Show. I'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Noon Eastern, 11 Central, 10 Mountain, 9 a.m. Pacific. And I'm here every Monday night to review Monday Night Raw and Friday night to review SmackDown. And we will get some Canelo versus Crawford content in here real soon. I'm going to work on trying to do some of that next week. Maybe tomorrow I'll come back and talk more about the NBA playoffs. And I want to start talking more about the 49ers and Brock Purdy and that contract extension. Why hasn't it not happened yet? Same to you, Donnie. He says, let's go. Enjoy your day. Holla later. Peace, man. Or as Josiah would normally say when he comes in here, until we yeet again, y'all be safe out there and peace out. Do the Celtics go home tonight? Do the Warriors go home tonight? I think so. I hope so. Let's move on to the conference finals. Until we eat again, y'all be safe out there. Peace out.